If you find yourself in a similar situation, call our workers' compensation team at Radcliffe Law at 724-439-3939. We'll meet with you and answer your questions at no cost. Radcliffe Law, making the law personal.
Brian Rosen, Gary Frankhauser back here at Ross Memorial Park. Again, Jerry Dupay behind the camera today, and Nick Barnchek back inside our WVU Medicine Uniontown Hospital studios. And Gary, it's really been an emotional season for the Blackhawk Cougars. Their longtime head coach, Bob Amalia, passed away in November after a long battle with prostate cancer. He had over 1,000 baseball coaching wins, including Blackhawk High School and the Legion teams, and also was an integral part of the girls' basketball program at Blackhawk, and I know they really wanted to dedicate the season to Coach Amalia.
That's always a tough situation when you lose a legend like that, and Blackhawk does have a strong tradition in pretty much every sport, and baseball not being an exception. So they have some emotion on their side, and their first-year coach has done a great job this season getting them to the record that they were at, 15-5, and making their way into this play-in game for the PIAA playoffs.
And we mentioned that these two high schools haven't played since 2007, but these kids on these teams, Gary, I think very familiar with one another because they played a number of Legion games against one another over the years.
That's exactly right. They know each other very well, and most of the players on the Laurel Highlands team play for the Uniontown Legion team, and Blackhawk up here north, they always play in the playoffs, and before they get to that state championship games, those state championship games for the American Legion. And as you said, it's just like AAU basketball. They all know each other, and they play in those traveling leagues, and it becomes familiarity. And hopefully that will be something that Mustangs can rely on, having faced Tomsic in the Legion games.
And a lot of distinguished alumni as well with these two schools. Of course, you look at Blackhawk, they had a star pitcher, Brendan McKay, a couple of years ago, actually now playing for the Tampa Bay Rays. Sean Miller, now the former coach of the Arizona Wildcats after he was let go back in April. And Archie Miller, who is the current basketball coach for the Indiana Hoosiers, also went to Blackhawk.
Yeah, they have a really, really strong tradition, as I said, in basically all sports. And they bring out the fans, too, and they have a good throng here today, as do the Mustangs.
Oh,
the Mustangs have a fantastic following, and with Joe Chambers on the mound here, he's done a very good job this season, not to mention his perfect game earlier in the season, and he'll have his work cut out for him, but he is up to the task, no doubt.
And of course, plenty of distinguished alumni at Laurel Highlands as well on the athletic side, including Will Robinson, Terry Mulholland, and Gus Gerard, who actually stopped into our Uniontown Hospital studios at WMBS earlier on today as well. It's nice to see Gus around town.
And you mentioned Ethan Mildren earlier. After
Correct.
His time here at Laurel Highlands, went on to play at Pitt, and then was in the Minnesota Twins organization for many years before he now works as a State Farm agent in Uniontown. So Ethan had a distinguished career, and he's a very distinguished alumni of Laurel Highlands.
It's certainly a unique opportunity here for Laurel Highlands as well. Now a chance to get back to these state playoffs in back-to-back years, Gary. They actually went from 1983 to 2019 without a state playoff appearance. And as we said, now have an opportunity to make it basically in back-to-back years. Of course, last year wiped out by COVID.
Yes, and we're just about ready to start the game with the introduction of the starting lineups by the PA announcer. We always like to see 4 umpires out here, too, Brian.
We have 4 out here today.
These playoff games, it makes it a lot better for the plays to be called in proximity to where they actually happen. When you have 2 umpires, it makes it real difficult, bad angles, and sometimes real problems making the calls. But with these 4 umpires, it should not be a problem here today.
You mentioned the rich baseball history of Blackhawk. They were WPIAL champions in 2017, 2012, and 2004. In that 2017 season, they defeated South Park in the WPIAL title game, ended up losing in the state semifinals to that same South Park team by a score of 10-3. They won under McKay as their starting pitcher back in 2012, but bowed out in the state semifinals again to Western New York. They defeated Bell Vernon for the state title game in 2012, and their first WPIAL baseball championship back playing in 2A back in 2004. They defeated Washington basically in their own backyard at then Falcone Field, which is now Wild Things Field, and they lost in the state quarterfinal round to Huntington as well. And the Mustangs have never won a state playoff game, Gary, in baseball. Of course, lost to Cedar Cliff 2 years ago and lost to Taylor Alderdice back in 1983 in their only 2 appearances in school history.
And let's hope for some changes in that record here this afternoon.
Blackhawk in their home whites with dark green numbers, little gold trim. Mustangs in the away blues, red numbers and white trim. We're back with the first pitch right after this. Laurel, Highlands, and Blackhawk from Ross Memorial Park here on WMBS and on the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
South Union Township Supervisor Robert Schiffbauer wishes the best of luck to the Laurel Highlands Mustangs this season and in the playoffs. During these uncertain times, a lot of hard work goes into a successful season, and that includes the cooperation of players, coaches, and their families. South Union Township Supervisor Robert Schiffbauer commends all of those whose hard work has gone into making this a successful season. Like our local teams, Robert Schiffbauer is working hard to make life better for the residents of South Union Township. Good luck to the Laurel Highlands Mustangs from South Union Township Supervisor Robert Schiffbauer.
The Catholic War Veterans Post 1669 in Hopwood has been proudly serving veterans in our area for over 71 years. The Catholic veterans are also committed to helping the youth in our community by holding the 10th annual Frank L. Musica Scholarship Golf Outing on September 18th at the Uniontown Country Club. Over the last 9 years, the golf outing has awarded 30 scholarships to area students. For information on this year's outing, phone 724-437-3088 or visit the Catholic War Veterans Post 1669 on Facebook. When your car is damaged, the name to remember is Ted Silva and Son Body and Fender Repair. Currently in their 57th year of providing quality, reliable service to the community, Ted Silva and Son offers complete collision service, minor to major repairs, frame and unibody repair, and glass installation. They will gladly blueprint your vehicle for repair, and they will work with your insurance company. With a paint booth that utilizes the environmentally friendly waterborne paint process, Ted Silva and Son not only cares for our community and our children, they care for our environment. Located on Atlas Road in Hopwood, it is the goal of Ted Silva and Son to alleviate the stress of an accident and assist you in any way possible. Family owned and operated for 57 years. Call 724-437-2351 for Ted Silva and Son Body and Fender Repair, LLC. Proud to sponsor local high school sports.
Brian Rozak and Gary Frankhauser back here at Ross Memorial Park, just about set to go. The Laurel Highlands Mustangs and the Blackhawk Cougars with a trip to the PIAA state playoffs on the line. And the Mustangs or the Cougars, whoever wins this game, will play either Erie Cathedral Prep or Harbor Creek for the District 4A champion. Those two teams playing for the District 4, or check that, the 4A District 10 championship tomorrow. So you'd have to think, of course, the winner of that game will take on the winner of this game. But you'd have to think that game will likely be in Erie, Gary, next Monday.
That's always a long trip, but
yes.
I think both teams would be glad to take that trip.
I agree. Harbor Creek actually located, Gary, I think it's the last district before you get to New York, east of Erie. I looked it up last night.
Well,
and of course, Erie Cathedral Prep located pretty much in the heart of Erie.
And later in the week, hopefully from the weather forecast, there will be no snow in the forecast in Erie.
I agree. You'd hope we would be safe by that part of the year, but I was actually down in Delaware this past weekend, and we had temperatures in the mid-40s Saturday and Sunday, so I guess you never know this time of year, but looking at the long-range forecast, you'd expect the conditions to be rather warm next week. And really important for the Mustangs as well, Gary, to get as much as they can out of Joe Chambers here today.
No doubt about that. As we have said on numerous occasions here early, Nick Kumar is not available to pitch. We were told that he could have a possibility of pinch hitting, but that groin injury certainly prevents him from hitting the mound here today, and we can only hope that his recovery is swift.
Just watching Alex Tomczyk on the mound here for Blackhawk looks very impressive, just warming up here, Gary. A lot of movement on those pitches.
Variety of pitches, too. Comes with the fastball, curveball. Looks like he has a slider, change-up. So I think he is a veteran mound opponent for the Mustangs.
Tomczyk again, a senior, came to Blackhawk from Quigley Catholic after that school closed down, and he's actually wearing the same number that former coach Bob Amalia wore for so many years, number 15 here at Blackhawk. And the lefty set to go, and it's a lefty versus lefty matchup as this game gets underway. Caden Early, the Mustangs center fielder, coming in with a .388 average and 11 RBIs. junior for Laurel Highlands. And Tomzik's first pitch, fastball, missed a little low there, Gary, 1-0.
Yeah, good look there by Caden. He's going to want to get a look here at Tomzik. Try to get a feel for the release point from that left-hander.
Now the 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss. That one came close to actually clipping early. It's going to go down as strike one, even up the count at 1-1.
Looking there for that fastball down the middle. Caden was looking to take a rip no matter where that one was.
Now the 1-1 on the way, and that one missing low and outside takes us to 2-1. Tomzik to early. Just underway here from Ross Memorial Park in Washington. Game time temperature 78 degrees under now mostly cloudy skies.
Perfect weather for high school baseball.
I agree. 2-1 on the way. Again missing low. Takes the count now to 3-1. Tomzik to early. Leadoff hitter for the Mustangs.
Third baseman Anthony Melagies up on the green turf inside the dark dirt turf.
Now the 3-1 on the way. Fastball misses low and outside for ball 4, so a good start for Laurel Highlands.
Uncharacteristic there for Tomzik, who doesn't walk a whole lot of players.
Yeah, the one change from the regular season to the postseason, pitchers allowed to throw 105 pitches instead of the 100 that we saw during the regular season. It'll be another lefty, Ty Sankovic, coming to the plate. Sophomore batting .400 with 12 RBIs for Laurel Highlands. First pitch in there for a strike. 0-1. Tomzik to Sankovic with early on first.
Good take, though, there by Sankovic. You want to make him bring one in.
Now the 0-1. Throw over to first, early back safely. Of course, in that stretch position, Tomzik, being a lefty, a clean look over at first base.
We've seen the Mustangs have some problems with that left-hander move to first base, too, and early not getting much of a lead over there.
Tomzik again has his eye on early, delivers the 0-1 to Sankovic, misses low and outside. Even up the count at 1-1. And a trip to the state playoffs on the line next Monday for the winner of this one. And now the 1-1. Tomzik to Sankovic. Breaking ball, and Ty sends it foul on the left side. Mustangs occupying the visiting dugout. They went by home and away teams here today by the WPIAL playoff seeds. Mustangs seeded 5th, Blackhawk seeded 3rd. Cougars got knocked out by Newcastle, who's the number 7 seed. They upset West Mifflin in the quarterfinal round. Now Tomzik, another check of Caden early. Of course, the Mustangs losing to Montour in their semifinal round game last Tuesday at Fox Chapel High School.
The number 1 seeded team.
Yes. Now the 1-2 on the way to Sankovic. Another breaking ball, missing high and inside. Montour playing Newcastle for the WPIAL championship right across the way, Gary, at Wild Things Field. Pretty neat how they have it set up here for the third place in the play-in games here at Ross Memorial Park and the championship games over at Wild Things Field. And there's a swing and a miss, strike 3, first out recorded as Ty Sankovic goes down.
And Ty, very good contact hitter, just fooled on that one, was looking for a breaking pitch, and Tomzik came with the fastball on the outside part of the plate. Ty a little late on the swing for the first out of the inning.
That'll bring up Alex McLean. McLean, the junior catcher, batting .444 with 17 RBIs. Tomzik again very concerned with Caden early. Little throw over to first, and Caden back safely. Montour and Newcastle playing tomorrow night at 7:30 to decide the 4A champion. First pitch catches the outside corner for a strike to Alex McLean. 0-1.
Beautiful facility here at Washington, PA, with the Wild Things Park, and then, as you said, right next door here, the Washington Jefferson College Complex.
W&J's had plenty of success on the diamond as well. Always a solid program here in Washington County.
325 down each line, 390 straight away, and 365 in the alleys.
0-1 again. Tomzik to McLean. Fastball, and McLean sends it foul on the right side. Takes the count now to 0-2. Tomzik starting to settle down a little bit here on the mound after giving up that leadoff walk to Caden early. Tomzik a long look into his catcher, Luke Price.
Koffler on deck for the Mustangs.
Now the 0-2 pitch on the way. Breaking ball misses high. Takes the count to 1-2. Eden Christian defeated Jefferson Morgan for the 1A state playoff berth that was up for grabs earlier on today. 1-2 pitch on the way, and a hard hit ball, and it's going to be ruled foul down the first base line. Close.
Very close. But as we said, there's an umpire right down the first base line, and he had a perfect view of that as it hopped over first base into foul territory. That would have been a double for Alex McLean had that been a fraction of a foot.
And they could have scored Caden early.
Yes, good speed on it first.
Now they count 1-2 again to Alex McLean. Another throw over to first. And back safely again is Early. Both of these teams finishing in second place in their respective conferences. Blackhawk an 8-4 conference mark, finished behind 10-2 Montour. Mustangs 9-3 in the conference behind 11-1 West Mifflin. Now the 1-2 hard ground ball down the third baseline. Good snare there from Melodies. Long throw over to first in time to Josh Reed to retire McLean 5-3. It does advance Early in a scoring position down at second.
As you said, nice play down there at third, though, by Melodies as he had to go to his backhand towards the third base line. Had no chance at the play at second with Early speed into second. And strong throw over to first, picked out there by Josh Reed for the second out of the inning, which brings up Koffler, man in scoring position for the Mustangs.
Koffler batting .282, a homer and 13 RBI, senior first baseman for the Mustangs. He homered against Elizabeth Forward earlier on this year. First pitch from Tomczyk to Koffler, swing and a miss. And Zach behind 0-1. And the Mustangs, without Nick Kumar here today in the starting lineup, might be available to pinch hit if needed later on. Now the 0-1. There to Zach Koffler. Breaking ball, missing low and inside. A lot of movement on that pitch from Tomczyk. Evens up the count at 1-1.
Doesn't look overpowering, but he certainly has command of his pitches, and a wide variety of pitches and speeds keep the batters off balance.
Certainly on their toes. Has done a nice job of mixing up pitches so far in this one. 1-1 on the way, missing a little low and outside. Mentioned no Nick Kumar in the starting lineup for the Mustangs. His dad Larry, though, still with us, helping us out with our score hub here today. I have to thank Larry for his help, not only today, but throughout the course of the season. Now the 2-1 on the way here to Zach Koffler. Fastball missing low and outside, takes us to 3-1.
That was close, just on the outside part of the plate. Did not get the call that time, so good look there by Koffler.
Mustangs at least making Tomczyk work here in this top half of the first inning.
That's for sure.
Again, Tomczyk out of the stretch. 3-1 on the way, fouled back by Koffler. That'll take us full to 3-2. And Caden Early down at second, just underway, top half of the first inning. State play-in game for Laurel Highlands and Blackhawk. Winner will take on the winner of the Erie Cathedral Prep Harbor Creek game, which will be played tomorrow.
For those listening on the radio, Blackhawk in all white with green caps, Mustangs blue shirt, white pants, as Tomczyk flips one to the shortstop, chasing Early back.
Of course, the Mustangs played here against Beaver in their first round playoff game a couple of weeks back. Certainly familiar with this complex. And Blackhawks played here a number of times over the years as well. And that one high, getting away from the catcher Luke Price. That will allow Caden Early to get down to third. So not only ball four, but an opportunity now with Early down at third base, putting runners on the corners for Laurel Highlands. With Braden O'Brien coming to the plate, and he's had some big hits for the Mustangs this season.
Wild pitch there by Tomczyk, just way out of the reach of Luke Price, his catcher. And there's a lot of room behind home plate here, so got to hustle after those loose balls.
Yeah, something we're certainly going to have to watch throughout the course of the afternoon and into the early evening hours. First pitch, high and outside to Braden O'Brien. Count at 1-0. Of course, since these two schools, Gary, haven't played since last Tuesday, they'll have anyone that's able to pitch today, eligible to pitch today. 22 pitches already from Tomczyk here in the top of the first.
And you have to wonder if these pitchers, and I'm sure Chambers may have the same concern, that artificial mound is a little different than what they're used to throughout the entire season.
Joe pitched well on that mound, though, against Beaver.
Yeah.
Certainly familiar with it. And this is Blackhawks' first game at W&J this season, even though we mentioned that Tomczyk 2 years ago for Quigley pitched on this field in a PIAA play-in game as O'Brien fouls that one back. Count even at 1-1. That was pitch number 23 for Tomczyk. So a little bit of good news for the Mustangs, wearing down Tomczyk a little bit here in this top half of the first inning.
Got to cash in, though.
Yep, for sure. 1-1 now to O'Brien. This is low and outside. Takes us to 2-1. And we've seen some of the Mustangs' opponents done in by runners left on base throughout the course of the season. Laurel Highlands, for the most part this year, has done a pretty good job capitalizing when they've had men in scoring position and on base. And now that pitch low and outside takes the count to 3-1 from Tomczyk to Braden O'Brien.
Outfield shifted around. Left field is playing close to the line. Center field straight away. There's a huge gap out there in left center.
Almost in O'Brien's wheelhouse. 3-1. Pitch in there for a strike. Throw down to second. Runner was going and out at second on the steal was Zach Koffler. So that will end the inning. So the top of the second will start with O'Brien at the plate. And we'll head to the bottom of the first scoreless. Laurel Highlands and Blackhawk are on the CR Parada Group High School Sports Day on WMBS and the Triple I High School Sports Network.
Did you know that you have a choice for your physical therapy provider? NovaCare Rehabilitation offers same-day appointments, and oftentimes you don't need a prescription from your doctor to see us. We will make sure that you are treated as an individual and will work directly one-on-one with you to help achieve your goals. You have tried the rest. Now try the best. NovaCare, Delaware Avenue in Uniontown. Phone 724-437-0556 to schedule your appointment today.
At what point did everything change? When did service get taken out of service industries? It's too bad, because people are busy these days. At life, at work, at play. When it comes to your hard-earned money, you want service. Real service. From a person you know and a face you trust. At a bank where changing with the times doesn't mean leaving people behind. We're proud to be a part of your community. We're United Bank, at your service.
Back here at Ross Memorial Park at Washington and Jefferson, the Blackhawk Cougars coming to the plate. Here's Gary with our lineup.
Leading off, the right fielder, number 12, senior Ryan Mickelmounds. Is that how you say
McClymans.
that? McClymans. Okay, I'll get it right. Ryan
and he's playing center field, by the way.
Yeah, center field. I got it all wrong.
That's all right.
Number 21, Ryan Jones, batting second. He plays shortstop. Number 2, Luke Price. He's the catcher, batting third. Number 4, in the fourth spot, number 9, Anthony McElgees. He's the
Melagees.
Jeez, a whiz, Gary. Get him right. Thanks, Brian. You got to do this for me, I think.
That's all right.
Number 10, Jared Melagees. He's playing right field. Number 15, Alex Tomczyk, the pitcher. Number 11, Garrett
Ubacher.
Ubacher.
Yeah.
He's the designated hitter. Number 6, Austin Thelman playing second base. And number 5, Josh Reed at first base.
Defensively for Laurel Highlands, Carson D'Amico in left, Caden Early in center. Jace Hampy back. Good to see him back in the lineup for the Mustangs in right field today. Braden McKnight playing third. Ty Sankovic playing short. Frankie Kula making his first varsity start playing second base, and Zach Koffler playing first. Alex McLean catching, and Joe Chambers pitching his 11th appearance of the season, 7-1 record, 1.80 ERA. Has worked 38 2/3 innings, given up 22 hits, 11 runs, 9 of them earned, struck out 57 and walked 13 on the season. Now his first pitch to Ryan McClymans, and therefore a strike, 0-1. McClymans, senior center fielder, batting .236 with 8 RBIs for Blackhawk. But Gary, looking down this lineup, a lot of heavy hitters for the Cougars.
That's for sure.
0-1 pitch on the way. McClymans was showing bunt, pulled back, pitch missed, and the count even at 1-1. And by the way, Alex Tomczyk threw 26 pitches in that top half of the first inning.
McClymans batting from the left side. You got to believe he has good speed.
1-1 pitch on the way. That one misses outside. Takes us to 2-1. Again, I have to thank our video stream sponsors here today. The Catholic War Veterans Post 1669 in Hopwood, Pennsylvania. Live streaming the game at their facility today. Appreciate them coming aboard for this PIAA play-in game, as that one fouled off by McClymans. Count now even at 2-2.
Teddy Musica in charge
yes,
down there at the
yes.
Catholic War Vets.
Also have to pass along a hello to Laurel Highlands head coach Scott DeBerry, not here, and we hope to see Coach DeBerry back at the field soon. Hope he's doing well. Count now 2-2 to McClymans, who fouls another one off on the left side. Count remains even at 2-2. And Joey Chambers started on this field against Beaver. Also started and picked up a win against North Catholic. That game was played at Greater Latrobe. A little breaking ball there from Chambers kind of got away, and we're full of 3-2.
Looks like McClymans is a left field hitter. Looks like he's pushing the ball to the left side of the infield.
Payoff pitch on the way, and McClymans with a high fly ball going into left field. Carson D'Amico is there to make the catch for the first out of the inning.
So true to form, fly ball to left field, and D'Amico no problem tracking that one down, one-handed it for the first out.
That'll bring up the junior shortstop Ryan Jones for Blackhawk, who's batting .286 with 3 RBIs. Jones batting from the right side. Chambers on the hill. First pitch here to Ryan Jones. Breaking ball catches the outside corner for a strike. Mustangs will take that 0-1.
Little generous corner there.
Yes. Gary and I located just to the right of home plate, but your camera being run by Jerry Dupay right behind home plate. One of the best views we've had all season long. 0-1 missed a little inside, evens us up at 1-1. Have to thank Jerry for his help as well all season long. 1-1 pitch. Check swing. Pitch was in there for a strike. 1-2. We hope, Gary, this isn't our final high school broadcast of the year.
Hopefully not. Caden Early shallow it up in center field.
1-2 pitch on the way. Breaking ball. Chop foul on the right side.
That was a nice pitch there by Joe Chambers, really tying up Ryan Jones. He was lucky to get a piece of that and pushed it to the right side, right into his own dugout.
Again, the pitch count, I think, even more important for Chambers than it might be for Thompson, just due to the fact the Mustangs' number 2, Nick Kumar, not available. Here's a high chopper. Chambers going back. It'll be fielded here by Ty Sankovic. Throw over to first in time. Tough play there, but Sankovic making it to Koffler, and Jones retired 6-3 for the second out of the inning.
Great play there by Sankovic to get it released very quickly and strongly with a gun over the first base, and Koffler stretched out a little bit. Gets the call, bang, bang, play at first.
Could have went either way. Mustangs will take it. 2 away here in the bottom of the first, and now Luke Price coming to the plate. Price, the senior catcher, batting .586 with a homer and 8 RBIs. Takes the first pitch, a breaking ball from Joe Chambers, a little high and inside for ball 1. You have Price, a .586 hitter, followed by the Melogis brothers, batting .426 and .429, and both of the Melogis kids, sophomores with plenty of power. Anthony's homered 5 times, has 21 RBIs. Jared, a pair of home runs and 22 RBIs. Count out 2-0 here to Luke Price.
Very potent middle part of the lineup for Blackhawk.
2-0 on the way, another fastball missing low. Takes us to 3-0. Don't want to give Blackhawk any chances here with 2 outs in the bottom of the first.
I'm sure Luke will be looking to get on any way he can here, probably taking all the way on this 3-0 pitch.
3-0 on the way. Fastball right down Main Street for a strike, 3-1.
Good
Chambers has done a nice job this year, Gary, getting out of a lot of jams.
He has good control, no doubt about that.
3-1 on the way.
Nice pitch.
And therefore a strike again. Took a little bit off that one. Count now full of 3-2.
It's a lot of confidence in that breaking ball. 3-1, throws that curveball, catches the outside corner.
Hey, that's been his out pitch more than the fastball this year. 3-2, another curveball, and this one pop foul on the right side. You can see Joe's grandfather, Laurel Highlands Athletic Director Mark John, standing up in the right side of the bleachers down there. I think he's blocked by the pole, Gary, from your view.
I think I caught a glimpse of him down there.
Actually sitting with the Blackhawk fans over there. 3-2 pitch on the way. Fastball misses low and outside for ball 4. So Chambers battled back after a 3-0 count, made it 3-2, but Price draws the walk. And Blackhawk has a base runner in a scoreless game with 2 outs here in the bottom of the first, with Anthony Melogis coming to the plate. Sophomore third baseman, as we said, batting .426 with 5 homers and 21 RBIs.
Courtesy runner.
22 for Blackhawk. Sam Haddad. Haddad, the courtesy runner for the catcher. Now the first pitch from Chambers to Anthony Melagies. Low and inside for ball 1. Now the 1-0 from Chambers to Melagies, and therefore a strike to even up the count at 1-1.
Good fastball that time by Job on the outside part of the plate.
Count now even at 1-1.
Kind of an unorthodox stance by Melagies, open with up on his toes, and there's a shot to center field.
Well hit ball going back and making the catch, Caden Early, to end the inning. So the Cougars strand Price. Actually, the courtesy runner Haddad, but nonetheless, after 1, scoreless, Blackhawk and Laurel Highlands here on the C.R. Parada Group High School Sports Day.
General Dentist Dr. Edward L. Wietek Jr. treats children, teens, and adults of all ages. Dr. Wietek performs all phases of general dentistry, including crowns and bridges, partials, full dentures, comprehensive orthodontics, root canals, bonded white fillings, dental implants to replace missing teeth and to stabilize loose-fitting dentures, and comprehensive exams and cleanings. Dr. Wietek is also your place to go for full mouth reconstruction if you've put off going to the dentist for too long. Visit Dr. Wietek online at www.myuniontowndentist.com to view the Smile Gallery and see some of his patients' before and after photos. See what over 35 years of experience and a practice committed to learning the latest techniques can do for you or your family. Dr. Wietek's office is located on the National Pike, 1 mile west of the mall on Route 40. Call him up at 724-439-1616. That's 724-439-1616 for Dr. Edward L. Wietek, Jr.
South Union Township Supervisor Robert Schiffbauer wishes the best of luck to the Laurel Highlands Mustangs this season and in the playoffs. During these uncertain times, a lot of hard work goes into a successful season, and that includes the cooperation of players, coaches, and their families. South Union Township Supervisor Robert Schiffbauer commends all of those whose hard work has gone into making this a successful season. Like our local teams, Robert Schiffbauer is working hard to make life better for the residents of South Union Township. Good luck to the Laurel Highlands Mustangs from South Union Township Supervisor Robert Schiffbauer.
Welcome back as the Mustangs come up to bat here in the top half of the second inning. Braden O'Brien, Carson D'Amico, and Frankie Kula due up. O'Brien was at the plate when Koffler was thrown out trying to steal second at a 3-1 count, but he'll get another opportunity here with a clean slate.
It would have actually been 3-2. I think the 3-1 pitch was in there for a strike when Koffler was caught stealing. So he'll see a few more pitches now from Blackhawks' Alex Tomczyk. And O'Brien, a .333 average, 11 RBIs, DH for the Mustangs today, only a sophomore.
Seems like he has had a lot of clutch hits for the Mustangs this year, coming in DHing and also pinch hitting as he swings through that first, looked like a changeup.
Yes.
On the outside part of the plate for strike 1.
And Tomczyk, a nice arsenal of pitches for Blackhawk.
There's a shot towards second, big hop. Up with it is Thelman. On to Reed at first base for the first out of the inning. Good contact there by O'Brien, but right at second baseman Austin Thelman.
Now bring up Carson D'Amico, the junior left fielder, coming in with a .353 average and 12 RBIs.
So D'Amico has also been a good contact hitter for the Mustangs throughout this year. Really started off hot early on with a lot of RBIs.
Yeah, that average around 500 for a while.
There's a high pop over the dugout on the right side, and that'd be out of play for strike 1.
Again, Union defeated Riverview earlier on today to win the WPIAL 1A championship. And the 1A Consolation played before this one, Eden Christian down Jefferson Morgan to qualify for the state playoffs.
Here's the 0-1 pitch, breaking pitch on the outside for 1-1.
Just getting underway now at Wild Things Field, Bethel Park and Franklin Regional playing for the 5A championship. Should be a fun one.
1-1 pitch way outside. That one got away from Tomczyk, just slipped out of his hand. Back to the dugout, 2-1 now for Carson D'Amico, trying to get things started for the Mustangs here in the top of the second with 1 out and no score. There's a pop-up in the infield, and again moving over in shallow right field, making the play Austin Thelman, the second baseman. So 2 plays for Thelman in the second. We'll bring up Frankie Kula for his opportunity here in the PIAA playoff game, play-in game, I should say.
Kula, just 1 at-bat, Gary, so far this season, and that came last week on Tuesday against Montour in a pinch hitting role. 0 for 1, actually swung at the first pitch on a line drive that went right to the shortstop. Did homer in a junior varsity game earlier on this year.
Has a nice swing, and as you just said, he had a great season in the junior varsity games and had a lot of at-bats, which will certainly play dividends for the Mustangs, hopefully today, but next year also.
And Kula called into duty due to the fact that the Mustangs don't have Nick Kumar in the lineup, which shifted Ty Sankovic from second to shorts.
Looks at ball 1, 1-1. This looks like a nice, even cut for Kula. And he's going to take that one right in the back, right in the number 5, and didn't really get out of the way.
No.
He really had no chance to get out of the way of that one.
No. He'll take it. He's on board to run. With 2 outs here in the top of the second, scoreless game, Laurel, Highlands, and Blackhawk with Joe Chambers coming to the plate.
Joe with an opportunity, hopefully, to help himself out here against Tomczyk. High and outside for ball 1, so Joe ahead in the count here early.
Mentioned the late game here at W&J. 2A game between Sarah Catholic and Carmichael's just for playoff seeding. There's 4 state qualifiers in 2A this year, so no berth actually on the line in that game.
Tomczyk, little flip throw over, has Kula back in safely.
And a 6A title game tonight, Hempfield and North Allegheny at Wild Things Field.
Kula kind of leaning on that move by Tomczyk, but he's back in again, head first safely. Now Tomczyk comes to the plate. Strike 1 called. 1-1 now to Joe Chambers.
Just caught the inside corner there. And Chambers crowding the plate a little bit.
Trying to pick up this move on Tomczyk. It looks like when he comes set, he's going to come home. Now he's going to come back to first, and now he does get Kula leaning. And he's going to be caught in a rundown and out at second. So Kula on at first on the hit by pitch, but he is caught leaning on the pickoff play there by Alex Tomczyk to end the inning. So the Mustangs scoreless in the second. We'll be back with the bottom of the second. Tonight's video action brought to you by the Catholic War Vets, Post 1669 in Hopwood.
Bad hair day, bad day at the office, bad day behind the wheel. Hey, stuff happens, even to the best of us. At least your car insurance rate doesn't have to take a hit. Get Erie Rate Lock from Erie Insurance. Gives you a great rate that stays put until you change a car, driver, or your address. Plus, seriously good service. Now that's something to smile about.
Your Erie agent in Uniontown and Ross Traver Township is Sproul's Insurance Group, 724-437-9812, or go to SproulsInsurance.com.
Erie Rate Lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage and is not available in all states.
This is Dr. Fraser Stokes. Did you know that colorectal cancer is the second leading cancer killer in America, or that it can be prevented by removing polyps during a 30-minute colonoscopy? At SWGI, our board-certified gastroenterologists, Drs. Ruth Hart, Calabrese, Hoppy, and I, encourage you to consider a screening colonoscopy. Call 724-437-7677 or visit swgispecialists.com.
Looking for the highest quality products at the lowest prices? Shop and save on Walnut Hill and Uniontown has the widest selection of brands and the freshest offerings around. They specialize in your family's grocery needs. Save big and sign up for the Shop and Save Perks card to get money-saving benefits and discounts on gas. Shop and save. Walnut Hill Road, Uniontown, open 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day. Working hard to offer you the best at Shop and Save because it's the just right thing to do.
Here we go now with the bottom half of the second inning. Leading off for Blackhawk, number 10, Jared Melagies. He's the right fielder, brother of number 9, Anthony Melagies, who ended the inning on a line drive to center field. Fastball a little bit high there by Joe Chambers, 1-0.
Gary, something to watch. Zach Koffler caught stealing in the first inning. Frankie Kula caught in a rundown in the second inning. Not a good trend for the Mustangs with a trip to the state playoffs on the line.
Fastball on the outside corner that time for strike one. Yes, and base running is important in these types of games. It's almost like an error.
Correct.
They always come back to haunt you. Curveball just missing low and outside. 2 balls and 1 strike, I believe. Scoreboard a little bit wrong. Chambers now gets the sign from McLean. From the windup, brings a breaking pitch in there again for strike on the outside corner. He'll take those all day.
Mentioned Jared Melagies, 429 average, 2 homers, 22 RBI, sophomore right fielder for Blackhawk.
2-2 pitch. Tried to get him to chase one way outside on that breaking pitch, now full.
Tomczyk, 37 pitches through 2 innings. Through just 11 in that top of the second. Joe Chambers threw 22 pitches in the bottom of the first.
Full count. Leadoff hitter for Blackhawk here in the bottom of the second. There's a drive into the gap in right center, and that's going to get down. Over to field it is early, and he's going to gun it in and keep it to a single. Nice play there by Caden Early in the gap out there in right center. But a clean single leading off for Jared Melagies has Blackhawk with a runner on.
Yeah, if you didn't have a center fielder with early speed and ability out there, that could have easily been an extra base hit for Jared Melagies, but Early doing a nice job defensively, limiting Melagies to just a single, and that's the game's first hit.
And here's Tomczyk, the pitcher. Pit throw over. Diving back in was Melagies. Tomczyk coming in, choking up a good 3-4 inches on that bat. He'll be looking to bunt.
He has a 421 average as well, 11 RBIs.
Turns around and squares already, and there's a throw over. Almost gets away from Zach Koffler. Makes a nice play to grab that and not allow Melagies to advance.
I don't know if I've seen a guy that far up on the bat. Now he pulls it down a little bit as Tomczyk was, pitching there for a strike.
Curveball taken there by Tomczyk for a strike when the bunt play was clearly on. Tomczyk now down to about 1.5 inches, choking up on that bat, but he's going to square around Early again, and he called time before the pitch. I'm not sure I'd have granted that.
No, I agree with you.
Joe was in his windup.
A little late in the game for that to get granted.
He squares around very early and allows third baseman McKnight to really charge. Throw over again. Diving back safely is Melagies. Count is no balls and 1 strike. Nobody out, runner on. Now a ground ball to short. Taylor made double play. Taps on second, throw to first. Gets away from Koffler. And now he's going to have an opportunity to get to second. So, wow.
Should have been routine.
Absolutely. The ball was up the middle, and Sankovic had him played perfectly, just about 5 feet from the bag. Makes the catch, touches second, but the throw to first was wide to the home plate side, and Koffler could not grab it. So that allowed Tomczyk to get into second with just 1 out. And a courtesy runner on for Tomczyk. That looks like Connor Richards, number 7. So fielder's choice for Tomczyk, an error on shortstop Sankovic. Allows the runner to get into scoring position here with 1 out, and Garrett Ubacher comes to the plate. Takes strike 1 on the outside corner.
Again, you had a lineup change, Gary, with Kumar not being able to play. Sankovic shifted over to short, and sometimes you get these things that happen when you have guys playing a lot of position.
Throw back, and Sankovic sneaking in behind the courtesy runner, Richards.
Even though Sankovic does play short when Kumar pitches.
Yeah, that's
still can't have that happen.
That's a play that Ty will make 9 out of 10 times,
I agree.
maybe 19 out of 20 times. Just kind of rush the throw. Here's the 0-1, pulls back on the bunt. Takes ball 1-1.
Joe did have a nice move on that last throwback, though, to second. Came very close to picking Tomczyk, or the courtesy runner, Richards, off.
One pitch. Ground ball to short again. Up with it now is Sankovic on to first. Perfect throw this time. Nice play there by Ty. Allows the runner to advance to third, but a key second out here in the bottom of the second. It's going to bring up Austin Thelman, the second baseman.
Batting .265, has driven in, though, 12 runs on the season. Senior second baseman for the Cougars. Batting from the number 8 position in the Blackhawk batting lineup.
So now with the runner on third, Chambers will still work from the stretch. Fastball in there for strike one. A tailing fastball. Had a lot of movement on that heat there by Chambers. Trying to strand this runner at third. 0-1 offering. Another one on the outside corner for strike two. I'm calling those before the umpire.
Yes. They're framed up here.
That was right at the knees, right at the outside corner. 0-2 now. See if Chambers can get Thelman to chase his pitch. Curveball, big hopper, big tough play now for Sankovic on to first again, and he does get him. So Ty Sankovic with two outstanding plays to end the inning, strands the runner at third, and we'll go to the top of the third. Still no score on the C. Harper Auto Group Baseball Afternoon here on WMBS.
Going on now with C. Harper Chevy. Our customers can drive away in a new 2021 Chevy Equinox for only $169 a month. Security deposit waived. Stop in for a test drive or visit CHarperChevy.com. Chevrolet, find new roads. Lease is through GMF for well-qualified individuals, 24 months at 10,000 miles yearly with $3,000 cash rate equity with lease loyalty or lease conquest. Security deposit waived. Payment is plus tax, title fees, and first payment. Residency restrictions apply. While supplies last. Sale ends June 1st, 2021. Call dealer for all of the details at 724-929-8000.
The Catholic War Veterans Post 1669 in Hopwood has been proudly serving veterans in our area for over 71 years. The Catholic veterans are also committed to helping the youth in our community by holding the 10th annual Frank L. Musica Scholarship Golf Outing on September 18th at the Uniontown Country Club. Over the last 9 years, the golf outing has awarded 30 scholarships to area students. For information on this year's outing, phone 724-437-3088 or visit the Catholic War Veterans Post 1669 on Facebook.
UPMC Centers for Rehab Services on Wayland Smith Drive offers cutting-edge physical therapy. Jim Burns and his staff are residents of the community, treating sports injuries, neurological conditions, back pain, sprains and strains, joint replacements, hand injuries, and other conditions. They treat you efficiently and safely by taking all necessary precautions while disinfecting the clinic regularly. All insurance accepted. Experienced therapists. Convenient location and hours. Part of the community. Call the office with a prescription from your doctor or schedule by direct access 724-437-7500.
Joe Chambers, Braden McKnight, and Caden Early due up for Laurel Highlands here in the top of the third. And Gary, we're still scoreless, and you really have to credit Ty Sankovic over at short. Did make the error. We're questioning whether it was actually on Sankovic or over on Zach Koffler, but nonetheless came back with two outstanding plays to end the inning and keep Blackhawk off the scoreboard in that bottom of the second as Joe Chambers takes the first pitch from Alex Tomczyk for ball one.
Especially that third out, high chopper, he had to really charge.
1-0, swing and a miss. Chambers on a little chase in there. Evens up the count at 1-1. Tomczyk 37 pitches through 2 innings. Chambers 36 pitches through 2. 1-1 pitch here, and that one a little one-hopper.
Wow. He's shown some wild pitches.
Yeah, a little wilder than I thought he'd be coming in.
That one hit at least 3 feet in front of home plate.
A time called here by Joe. And again, these teams have had a little time since their last game, have not played since last Tuesday in those WPIAL semifinal round games. They had a few days off over the Memorial Day weekend trying to shake the rust off. Mustangs did practice yesterday.
First day that there was any weather, they
Correct.
could get outside and do some things.
2-1 pitch now on the way. Well hit ball right back at Tomczyk. Found the ball. Throw over to first in time to Josh Reed to retire Chambers 1-3. But that was a shot coming right back at him there, Gary.
It was hard hit, and Big Hop found the left-hander's mitt, and he had to look in his glove to make sure he had it.
Yes. Now bring up Braden McKnight. Now batting .277 with 7 RBIs. McKnight, a junior third baseman for Laurel Highlands, batting from the left side. Lefty versus lefty here. Tomczyk's first pitch to McKnight, and therefore a strike, 0-1. Mustangs still looking for their first hit. They've had 3 base runners so far. Early and Kaufler walked in the first, and Kula hit by a pitch in the second. 0-1 pitch on the way.
Couple hard hit balls by the Mustangs, not finding holes.
Missed outside, evens up the count at 1-1, but 2 Mustangs have got caught stealing. Kaufler to end the first, and Kula actually got hung up between first and second. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. Takes us to 1-2. Nice pitch there from Tomczyk.
Takes a lot off that curveball. That's got to be a good 10-mile-per-hour difference from that fastball to the curve.
Now the 1-2 on the way. Tomczyk to McKnight, and McKnight just getting a piece of it. A little number could be a tough play here. Luke Price has it. Throw over to first, wide of the bag, and safe at first. Braden McKnight, I think you have to give him an infield single there, Gary. That was an awfully tough play from Luke Price.
Well, you're right about that. I mean, the ball was there in plenty of time. Just pulled him off the base, and Josh Reed does have to come off the base to make that catch to keep McKnight at first. So we will score that a single.
And the staff does here as well. You're right, the throw was a little wide, but just factoring in the degree of difficulty with it. As the first pitch in there for a strike to Early, I think wise to award a hit there to McKnight.
For the first hit for the Mustangs.
Yeah, correct. Now Early behind 0-1. He walked back in the top of the first. A 1 pitch. Swing and a miss.
That curveball just comes in there.
Yes.
Looks like a watermelon, but unable to make any contact to the Mustang batter so far.
Kind of 0-2. Now stepping off Tomczyk. And you have to watch that, Gary. You've had 2 Mustangs caught on the base paths already. We're still only here in the top of the 3rd inning. You have a lefty with a good move over to first.
I'm sure Tomczyk has caught a lot of base runners like that this year.
0-2 pitch now to Early. Misses outside. Count now 1-2. And 2 great baseball complexes up here in Washington County. Ross Memorial Park where we're at, and Wild Things Field across the way. 1-2 pitch, another breaking ball, swing and a miss, strike 3. And again, Tomczyk with a lot of movement there, and Early goes down. Second strikeout of the game for Tomczyk. And so far this season, that's now his 43rd strikeout for the Cougars.
That ball just fell off the table, actually was in the dirt by the time Early was swinging at it.
Stankovic's other strikeout victim back in the first inning, now at the plate. Throw over to first, and once again back safely, Braden McKnight. Stankovic back in the batter's box. And the first pitch inside, 1-0 to tie. Came into the game with a .400 average and 12 RBIs.
Need to work contact here, move these runners around.
2 outs, though, now in the inning. Stankovic fouling that one off into the netting. Evens up the count at 1-1. McKnight does have pretty good speed over at first. I don't know how much you want to test Luke Price's arm at this juncture of the game.
Well, you can't get much of a lead, though, with that move that Tomczyk has.
1-1 pitch. That one just got away from Alex.
And Tomczyk has a couple different deliveries from the stretch. He has the slide move and he has the leg kick. So you just have to be aware when you're on first base which move he's going to make to home plate to get any kind of a lead.
Tell you he's a well-schooled pitcher, and this time he's going over to first and picked off to end the inning again.
Jeez.
Braden McKnight. So 3 straight innings have ended with the guys either getting picked off or caught stealing. And we'll go to the bottom of the 3rd, still scoreless. Laurel Highlands and Blackhawk here on the C.R. Parada Group High School Sports Day.
for bankruptcy is not something that anyone wants to do. Good people sometimes run into hard times, and they need help. Hi, I'm Dan White with the law offices of Zebley, Mahalev & White, and I'm here to help. If you're faced with insurmountable debt and are out of options and you need help, give our office a call today. Allow us to help you understand your rights and options under the law. Filing bankruptcy is not the end of the road, and if you're struggling with debt, it very well could be a new beginning. So stop worrying and take action. Give our office a call today at 724-439-9200 or click on zeblaw.com for more information. Zebley, Mahalev & White, local attorneys helping local people. Let us help you fix your life.
Our customers can drive away in a new 2021 Chevy Equinox for only $169 a month. Security deposit waived. Stop in for a test drive or visit cheharborchevy.com. Chevrolet, find new roads. Lease is through GMF for well-qualified individuals, 24 months at 10,000 miles yearly with $3,000 cash rate equity with lease loyalty or lease conquest. Security deposit waived. Payment is plus tax, title fees, and first payment. Residency restrictions apply. While supplies last. Sale ends June 1st, 2021. Call dealer for all of the details at 724-929-8000.
Still scoreless here at Ross Memorial Park as we move to the bottom of the third inning. Laurel, Highlands, and Blackhawk. Winner heads to the main draw in the PIAA playoffs. And Gary, if you're Laurel Highlands, you got to be better than what's happened so far today. 3 straight innings have ended with guys either getting picked off or caught stealing.
Absolutely. As I said earlier, those are just as important as errors, and they definitely will come back to haunt you. You have guys on base and no opportunity to move them around with good hitters at the plate.
Josh Reed leading off this bottom half of the third takes strike one here for Blackhawk. Now the 0-1 from Chambers to Reed. Well hit ball here from Reed to Jace Hampy in right, who makes the grab for the first out of the inning. Hampy back in right field after missing the Mustangs' first 3 playoff games of the year. Jake Flesher did a nice job, but Hampy is back and had a nice catch there on Josh Reed for the first out of this bottom half of the third inning.
Made it look nonchalant, but
yes,
that was a well-hit ball, and he just kind of scooted back there, one-handed it over his head for the out.
Now Ryan McClymon's at the plate. Senior center fielder flew out to Carson D'Amico in left, showing bunt, pulls back, pitch in there for a strike, 0-1. Have to think Coach DeBerry watching our broadcast, Gary. His heart rate has to be up a little bit after seeing the way those first 3 innings unfolded when the Mustangs were at bat. McClymon's again showing bunt, pulls back, this pitch misses to even have to count at 1-1.
Got to be a difficult field to bunt for base hits.
Yes.
That ball's got to come off that turf a lot quicker than a grass infield.
1-1 on the way. McClymon swings away and sends it foul down the left field line. Makes the count now to 1-2. Ryan Jones due up next for the Cougars. Now McClymon's back in the batter's box. Chambers long looking, Alex McLean. 1-2 pitch, fastball, and this one sent opposite field left. D'Amico over to the line, making the catch for the second out of the inning. So twice in this game, McClymon's has now flown out to Carson D'Amico in left field.
You can see that inside-out swing. He's definitely an opposite field hitter.
Now Ryan Jones coming to the plate. Jones grounded out 6-3 back in the first inning. Junior shortstop came into the game with a .286 average and 3 RBIs.
Well, so far, Blackhawk batters have put the ball in play.
Breaking ball and ducking out of the way of that one was Jones. Count at 1-0. By the way, on the pitch count situation, Tomzik 52 pitches through 3 innings. Chambers entered this bottom of the third with 36 thrown so far in the game. 1-0 here, another well-hit ball to center field. Backing up Caden Early will make the grab for the third out of the inning. So you had an F9, an F7, and then an F8 here in the third, and we're still scoreless after 3. Blackhawk and Laurel Highlands here on the CR Product Group High School Sports Day.
Hi, I'm Russ Plaho, your local Allstate agent. The number 21 has always had a special meaning to me. When I was young, it meant reaching adulthood. As a lifelong Pirates fan, the number 21 meant one thing, the great Roberto Clemente. 3,000 hits, MVP, World Series hero. But more than that, a great humanitarian who will always be remembered for losing his life in a rescue mission to help those in need. And now, the number 21 represents my 21st anniversary as your local Allstate agent. I would like to think that, like Roberto, I know the importance of community involvement as well as helping neighbors. Over the past 21 years, my staff and I have committed ourselves to learning about our customer needs and personalizing protection for them. From bundling auto, home, and life insurance with ease to evaluating optional coverages based on their protection needs. Are you in good hands? Call me, Russ Bleho, at 724-439-9700 or stop by my office on Lebanon Avenue today for a free quote.
The Catholic War Veterans Post 1669 in Hopwood has been proudly serving veterans in our area for over 71 years. The Catholic veterans are also committed to helping the youth in our community by holding the 10th annual Frank L. Musica Scholarship Golf Outing on September 18th at the Uniontown Country Club. Over the last 9 years, the golf outing has awarded 30 scholarships to area students. For information on this year's outing, phone 724-437-3088 or visit the Catholic War Veterans Post 1669 on Facebook.
Welcome back to the Washington Jefferson College Baseball Complex here in Washington, PA, right next door to the Wild Thing Stadium. Score still 0-0 as we go to the top half of the fourth inning. Due up for the Mustangs, Ty Sankovich, who was at the plate when Braden McKnight was picked off, so he'll get another chance. Alex McLean and Zach Koffler, and Brian, it's like a hockey game.
Yes,
that first
0-0.
That first run is going to mean a lot.
Yes, for sure. You'd have to thank our live video stream sponsors as well, the Catholic War Veterans Post 1669 in Hopwood, Pennsylvania, with a live stream on at their complex this afternoon. Appreciate you coming on board.
Left-hander Tomzik delivers to Ty Sankovich, ball one outside. Mustangs have yet to get a ball out of the infield. Do have one infield hit, ball too low.
Joe Chambers threw just 8 pitches in that bottom of the third innings. He's at 44 pitches through 3. And again, Tomzik entered this top of the fourth with 52 pitches thrown in the game.
There's a strike on the outside corner for 2-1. Sankovich looking at that one all the way. 3 well-hit balls, though, for Blackhawk, but as you said, just 8 pitches, 3 outs. That's low and outside, 3-1. So Sankovich trying to get on any way he can here to start the top of the fourth and stay on, hopefully. From the stretch exclusively, Tomzik, that one's low and in dirt, way low, and that's going to be ball 4. So that is the third walk issued by Tomzik. Leadoff walk this time. It's going to bring up Alex McLean, and Alex a pretty strong batter, so you probably don't look for him to bunt. But they're going to bring up the third baseman, Anthony Melagies, good 5 feet onto the infield grass portion of the artificial turf.
Gary, let's not get picked off for caught stealing here.
That ball's in the dirt. Almost taking off was Sankovich, but good block by Luke Price kept it in front of himself. No chance for Sankovich to advance.
Yeah, McLean came in with a pretty good average, 444, 17 RBIs on the season, junior catcher.
Ball 1, so Sankovich is only about 2 feet off of first base. That hasn't mattered, really. That's in the dirt and gets back to the backstop this time. So that will allow Sankovich to get to second and less of a chance of getting picked off at second base.
You would think. The way this game's going, though, Gary, I'm not placing any bets.
2-0 to Alex McLean now with Sankovich in scoring position with nobody out here in the top of the fourth. McLean to be followed by Koffler.
How about our legal disclaimer brought to you by Davis & Davis, attorneys at law?
This game and the broadcast rights to this game are the sole and exclusive property of the WPIAL, WMBS, and the Trib Live High School Sports Network. Any broadcast of this game is intended exclusively for the benefit of the viewing and listening audience, and any use, rebroadcast, distribution of this broadcast without the express written consent of the WPIAL, WMBS, and Trib Live High School Sports is prohibited. As Alex McLean looks at ball 3.
A little low that time from Alex Tomzik.
3-0. Tomzik from the stretch brings in a fastball for a strike as McLean was taking all the way that time.
For sure. Big spot here for the Mustangs, Gary.
At least get the runner to third with less than 2 outs would be a productive at-bat for McLean. 3-1 pitch. That's in the dirt. And I keep saying in the dirt. It's not dirt. It's artificial brown-looking stuff.
Yes.
That's around home plate, and that's ball 4. Back-to-back walks. And we're going to have a visit by the Blackhawks head coach.
Lou Wolber, again in his first year as Blackhawks head coach.
He's going to talk it over with Alex Tomczyk.
And the Blackhawk coaching staff, even though Tomczyk was a former member of the Quigley baseball program, also played for the Blackhawk Legion team. So very familiar. And, of course, you get this late into the season, PIAA play-in game. You're going to know your staff pretty well.
And Alex Gesk, I think, is on at first as the courtesy runner.
Correct. So Gesk, the courtesy runner.
Home plate umpire will break up the mound meeting of everyone in the infield. That's the first visit to the mound for Coach Wolber, so any future visits would have to result in a removal of the pitcher.
Yes, would certainly constitute a pitching change. Here we go, Gary. 2 on, nobody out. Top of the 4th, scoreless game, and Zach Koffler at the plate.
He walked back in the first and was thrown out trying to steal second to end that inning. But once again, an opportunity for the Mustangs with 2 men on and nobody out. Not holding on at first is Josh Reed. He's playing up on the grass, looking for Zach Koffler, to possibly bunt. But in that cleanup spot, you have to wonder if that's the play.
And a Monday trip to Erie on the line.
Sankovic on at second. Gesk, the courtesy runner, on at first. There's a throw back and just a lob. Almost threw it into center field was Tomczyk. Making the leaping grab out there behind second base was Ryan Jones behind Sankovic.
I get nervous, though, Gary, every time he makes a pickoff move.
How can you not? But Sankovic was only about 10 feet off second base. And now sneaking back in again is Jones, and really had Sankovic pretty far off. Turned around to bunt, and there's a foul tip behind home plate as Koffler squared around to bunt, unable to get it down. Staying at third base, playing the wheel plate, allowing Melagies to stay at first with the left-handed pitcher who can cover the third base side.
If I'm Coach Smith and the rest of the Mustang coaching staff right now, though, Gary, I'm not taking any unnecessary chances. I know you got 2 on, but just considering what has happened so far in this game, let your guys at the plate do their job.
Looks at strike 2. That curveball came right over the heart of the plate. So now in the hole is Koffler with 2 strikes, and they'll have to take the bunt sign off now.
That brings the double play ball back into the equation as well.
No balls, 2 strikes, no outs. Runners on first and second. Here's the delivery. Timeout called by Koffler. And again, that was close as Tomczyk was in his motion. Tomczyk getting the sign from his catcher, Luke Price. Here's the pitch. And there's a bunt with 2 strikes, and a great bunt there by Koffler in the dirt, and that gets away from first. That's going to allow Sankovic to score. Coming around now to try to score again is Gesk, the courtesy runner. He'll be in to score the second run for the Mustangs. So unconventional play by Coach Smith. Has Koffler bunting with 2 strikes, makes a perfect bunt, requiring the third baseman to make the play. Running in there was Anthony Melagies, and his throw to first was offline. Unable to make the play over there was Josh Reed, and that went way down the right field line, allowing Guest to score all the way from first.
Who would have thought a bunt with 2 strikes would have resulted in 2 runs being scored?
No hit in the inning and 2 runs in. Those 2 walks, though, come back now to help the Mustangs. And that's a curveball inside for ball 1 to Braden O'Brien now with Koffler out there at second base.
You score that a fielder's choice with a throwing error?
Yes. (1-0) now to McKnight. He hits a high fly ball to right center field, ranging over, going back and making the catch, but Koffler thought about tagging, but getting it in quickly was Ryan McClymans. He had to go a long way to catch that one.
You're right on that. Sacrifice as well there for Koffler on the scoring, Gary.
Yes, yes. So it's not an at-bat for him. And that is the first out of the inning. Good base running that time by Koffler, not to try to tag up on that medium distance or medium depth fly ball to right center. McClymans getting it in quickly. Coming to bat now is Carson D'Amico. He popped up to second base his first time up.
And a Monday trip to Erie on the line for Laurel, Highlands, and Blackhawk.
The Mustangs now holding a 2-0 lead here in the fourth. Hard shot to third. Up with it there and over to make the play was Melagies. And now soft Koffler again almost runs himself out of the inning. Wow. But he does get back into second safely.
And credit Melagies there, Gary. A great play initially to look Koffler back to the second base bag. Off the ground ball. So it goes 5-3 as D'Amico retired, and now Frankie Kula coming to the plate.
No chance there for Koffler to try to get the third. Not sure why he was so far down the line, but looked like maybe someone was not covering third. But as you said, Melagies got back to the base very quickly. There's a looper into left field, and that could be trouble, but no. Over to make the catch out there was Brendan Welsh to end the inning, but not before the Mustangs plate two. The beneficiary of a couple walks and an error will be back with the bottom of the fourth with the Mustangs on top. 2-0 here on the C. Harper Auto Group Baseball Afternoon. The Catholic War Vets Post 1669 sponsored.
Did you know that you have a choice for your physical therapy provider? NovaCare Rehabilitation offers same-day appointments, and oftentimes you don't need a prescription from your doctor to see us. We will make sure that you are treated as an individual and will work directly one-on-one with you to help achieve your goals. You have tried the rest. Now try the best. NovaCare, Delaware Avenue in Uniontown. Phone 724-437-0556 to schedule your appointment today.
Attorneys from all over the state and nation advertise in southwestern Pennsylvania for personal injury and workers' comp cases, but most of them send their assistants to do the legwork. You might not even meet your attorney until your first hearing.
We're local attorneys, Davis & Davis. We meet directly with our clients, including free consultation, and there are no fees until you receive money on your case. If you've been injured, call Davis & Davis, representing you and your neighbors yesterday, today, and tomorrow.
Phone 724-437-2799.
Mom Maruka's Pizza Shop, located at 64 Barton Mill Road in Uniontown, is your prime place to enjoy local high school sports. Mom Maruka's is family-owned and operated, where pride of ownership certainly shows. The Sampson family carries on the tradition of homemade pizza, salads, subs, and wings. Mom Maruka's is open Monday through Saturday, 4 to 10 for indoor, outdoor dining and takeout. Call 724-438-9066 or visit MomMarukaPizza.com for their menu.
Here we go with the bottom half of the fourth inning. Joe Chambers to face the heart of the Blackhawk lineup. Luke Price, the third man in the lineup, looks at ball one high. He walked back in the first. Following him will be Anthony Melagies, Jared Melagies, and Alex Tomczyk. 1-0 pitch. In there for a strike on the outside corner at the knees. Good placement there by Joe.
Tomczyk, 70 pitches thrown through 4 innings. Chambers entered this bottom of the fourth with 44 pitches thrown so far in the game.
1-1 offering. Big chopper down the third base side, foul. So out in front now, Joe Chambers, 1 ball and 2 strikes to Luke Price. Gaudy average for Price entering the game, over 500.
As you said, walked first time up.
1-2 pitch, curveball in there for strike 3, looking beautiful curveball there by Joe Chambers, just freezes Price.
You can certainly sense a little more emotion, a little more joy coming from the Mustangs dugout at this juncture of the game, as they have some energy right now. And Blackhawk, after that tough top half of the fourth inning now, Gary, needs to refocus.
So Melogis hit a fly ball to center his first time up. Looks at strike one. Sneaky fastball that time by Joe.
Joe appears to be in the groove right now for the Mustangs. That was, though, his first strikeout of the game, setting down Price.
Second pitch, curveball in there on the inside corner this time for strike two. Way ahead now. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Chambers working from the windup. Curveball again. That's in between third and short. Picked up there by the third baseman. And a nice tag, and he got him. Wow, great play over there by Koffler. Going to his left, Braden McKnight had to go a long way to get that in the hole. Throw was high, but Zach Koffler goes up to get it, and on his way down, tags Melogis on his way by.
Well, it goes in your books as a 5-3 ground out, but you look at the hustle from McKnight, and you factor in his high throw over to first while trying to hurry it over, and Koffler showing the hops over the first base bag to bring it down and actually tag the runner Melogis just to make sure that he was down on the bag to record the second out of the inning. So nothing but routine, but the Mustangs will take it. And now 2 up, 2 down here in the bottom of the fourth.
Jared Melogis now takes one in the shoulder. Wow. Joe leading him off with that curveball. Just got it in a little tight, and that's the base runner for Blackhawk.
Just didn't break back.
Absolutely. That caught him right on the shoulder.
Now Alex Tomczyk coming to the plate.
On a fielder's choice. That double play ball back in the second inning. Big lead over there at first for Jared Melogis.
Probably wants to try to get in a scoring position with the Mustangs up 2-0.
First pitch inside and low for ball 1.
Really haven't tested McLean's arm yet in this game.
Nice catch there by McLean on that fastball low and in. Big lead over there now. Here's a pitch. That's low off the artificial turf, 2-0. Don't want to work behind too many batters. No. Joe trying to stretch his arm out a little bit.
Again, you have to watch the pitch count as well for the Mustangs without their number 2 in the lineup today.
Throw over, diving back in was Melogis. Tomczyk batting from the left side. There's a pitch and foul back, so good pitch there. Coming back with a strike, Joe Chambers, bringing the count to 2-1 with 2 outs here in the bottom of the fourth. The Mustangs plating 2 in the top of the fourth to take that 2-0 lead. 2-1 pitch from the stretch. Shot it into left center. That's over the head of Sankovic. Big base hit. Now we're going to get it into Sankovic at second. So ringing single there by Alex Tomczyk out of the reach of Sankovic. Going over to make the play to Miko. Gets it into Sankovic to keep it to a single. But now first and third with 2 outs.
These are the type of situations that Chambers has been able to work out of so far this year. And all this happening with 2 outs here in the inning after Melogis was hit by a pitch. Tomczyk single, and now Joe LaPresta, Mustang pitching coach, will come out and talk to Joe.
He's going to check Joe to see if he's feeling okay. And Garrett Ubacher coming to the plate, the designated hitter for Blackhawk, with an opportunity to put the Cougars on the board.
I think Joe's feeling all right. Still has a smile on his face. Mentioned Ubacher, grounded out 6-3 first time up in the second inning. Came into the game with a .283 average and 10 RBIs.
One of those nice plays that Sankovic made to end the inning back in the second. Might see some running now. Connor Richards on again as the courtesy runner.
Maybe try a little double steal here, try to get Tomczyk, you mentioned the courtesy runner, hung up here between first and second.
Tough to do with 2 outs. Curveball in there for a strike. So leading off, Ubacher with the breaking pitch for strike one. Not much of a lead over there by Richards. Curveball just missing. Almost had him chasing, but
just fell off a little too quickly.
Yeah. Mustang outfield straightaway, infield normal depth. 1-1 pitch. That's in there for a strike. Fastball.
Surprised Ubacher laid off of that one.
That was a pitch to hit if you're looking for one, for sure. One ball, two strikes. Got to believe Joe's going to go to that breaking pitch now. Runner
going.
They're just going to step off and let him go. Probably a smart move there by Joe as he was scooting into second pretty quickly, and not an opportunity for him to even make a play at second.
I think if he throws back to second, you're going to see Melagies going home.
No doubt about it. And with a 1-ball, 2-strike count, let's worry about the batter. Here's a pitch, swing and a miss in the dirt. McLean up with it on to first, and that'll end the inning on a strikeout curveball by Joe Chambers. Again, dancing through the raindrops. We'll go to the fifth with the Mustangs on top. 2-0, C. Harper Auto Sports Group. Baseball afternoon here on WMBS.
Going on now at C. Harper Chevy Used. Our customers can drive away in a new 2021 Chevy Equinox for only $169 a month. Security deposit waived. Stop in for a test drive or visit CHarperChevyEast.com. Chevrolet, find new roads. Lease up to GMF for well-qualified individuals 24 months at 10,000 miles yearly with $3,000 cash rate equity with lease loyalty or lease conquest. Security deposit waived. Payment is plus tax, title fees, and first payment. Residency restrictions apply. While supplies last. Sale ends June 1st, 2021. Call dealer for all other details at 724-668-2231.
Does your family need more room to run? Whether your kids have 2 legs or 4, a new home with a bigger backyard may be at the top of your wish list. Let First Federal of Greene County lead you through the process of applying for a mortgage loan. Their friendly loan officers will be with you every step of the way. Visit one of their offices in Uniontown, Waynesburg, or Washington, or apply online at firstfederalofgreene.com. First Federal Savings and Loan Association of Greene County, member FDIC, equal housing lender, NMLS number 458729.
We're back now for the top of the fifth. Laurel Highlands leading Blackhawk 2-0. Brian Morozak
South
alongside
Union Township Supervisor Robert Schiffbauer wishes the best of luck to the Laurel Highlands Mustangs this season and in the playoffs. During these uncertain times, a lot of hard work goes into a successful season, and that includes the cooperation of players, coaches, and their families. South Union Township Supervisor Robert Schiffbauer commends all of those whose hard work has gone into making this a successful season. Like our local teams, Robert Schiffbauer is working hard to make life better for the residents of South Union Township. Good luck to the Laurel Highlands Mustangs from South Union Township Supervisor Robert Schiffbauer.
We move now to the top of the fifth. It's Joe Chambers, Braden McKnight, and Caden Early due up for the Mustangs. Laurel Highlands leading 2-0 over Blackhawk in this de facto PIAA play-in game. Joe grounded out 1-3 in his first at-bat back in the third inning. First pitch from Tomzik to Chambers, fouled back right in our direction. I was even trying to get out of the way with it, Gary, even though there was a net right in front of it.
It's natural.
Yes. Count 0-1. Looking at the pitch count situation, Chambers 60 pitches through 4 innings. Again, Tomzik enters this top of the fifth with 70 pitches thrown so far in this game. 0-1 here to Chambers. Breaking ball missing off the plate. Evens up the count at 1-1.
The Mustangs need to try to get these bats moving a little bit better. Did score those 2 runs last inning, but that was after 2 walks and a sacrifice bunt that went awry for Blackhawk.
1-1 pitch again off the plate. Count moves to 2-1. Chambers was not in the Mustangs starting lineup against Montour in the WPIAL semifinals. That was in part due to the fact that Carson Broadwater was the starting pitcher, and just the way things shuffled out in the game, Chambers was the odd man out. 2-1 pitch on the way. Coming back with a fastball and finding the strike zone is Alex Tomzik to even up the count at 2-2.
Probably a pitch that Chambers would like to have back.
Now the 2-2, Tomzik long looking now to Luke Price, the catcher. And 2-2 on the way. Fastball, Chambers sends it foul on the right side. Next pitch will be Tomzik's 76th of the game. 2-2 now to Joe Chambers. Joe calls time.
The Mustangs have had runners, as we've talked about, with the walks issued uncharacteristically by Tomzik and a hit batsman, but they've been predominantly erased by pickoffs and caught stealing.
2-2 pitch on the way. Chambers a little one-hopper that's going to be fielded there by Jones. It's short throw over to first. It hops right by Josh Reed, the first baseman.
So Jones just kind of running throw there was a short throw, and Josh Reed could not short hop it, so we'll have to issue an error there to shortstop Ryan Jones. Puts the leadoff runner on for the Mustangs.
With Braden McKnight coming to the plate, the senior third baseman entering with a .277 average and 7 RBIs. McKnight an infield single, but was caught stealing to end the third inning. We'll have a courtesy runner here for the pitcher Chambers, as coming on to run here for the Mustangs, number 3, Blaze Krisner.
And he's told, just keep your foot on the base.
He was picked off as a courtesy runner earlier on in the playoffs.
Blaze Krisner.
Has to be careful in this spot.
No doubt about it.
About a one-step lead off first, showing bunt, unable to lay it down as McKnight. Pitch in there for a strike, counted 0-1.
This is the one you want to bunt down first base.
Correct.
McKnight unable to make contact. That was a little bit of a low pitch, probably a ball, bunted through it.
Now, throw over to first. Krisner back safely. Again, the Mustangs 2 runs came after a throwing error on a 2-strike bunt from Zach Koffler. That's something you don't say every day.
Absolutely not.
Now the 0-1 here to Braden McKnight. Again showing bunt. Unable to lay it down. Runner going, and the throw down to second in time, and Krisner caught stealing. So there you go again.
You got to put that ball in play if you're McKnight. You got to make some kind of contact, but I don't believe that he would have the steal sign either. I'm not sure that Coach Smith is covering his eyes down there at third base. And
unbelievable. It's happened 4 times in this game.
Another runner erased for the Mustangs.
First out of this top of the 5th. Now the 0-2 pitch here to Braden McKnight. It's on the way. Fastball misses. Count out 1-2.
Tough one to take there.
Tomzik, so that's on me. Count out 1-2.
See if McKnight can get things restarted.
1-2, breaking ball, just missed high and inside.
Almost caught Braden.
Yes.
Almost leaned right into it.
Count out 2-2. And Tomzik's 2-2 to Braden McKnight. This is low and outside. McKnight's worked his way back full to 3-2. It is remarkable, though, Gary, that they've had 4 guys either caught stealing or picked off, and they still lead 2-0.
With 1 hit.
With 1 hit as we work here on the top of the 5th. 3-2 now. Tomzik to McKnight. And McKnight, a little ground ball here to first. Josh Reed is there, runs over to the first base bag, and barely beats McKnight to it to record the out, 3 unassisted. Second out of the inning.
That was his only play because Tomzik was late getting over to first, and give Reed credit, he did beat McKnight to the base, but it was very close. And it brings up early, walked in the first, struck out in the third, with 2 outs now here in the top of the 5th.
Top of the order. First pitch here to Early. Fastball and therefore a strike, 0-1, as you said. Walk from early in the first inning, struck out swinging in the third inning. Junior center fielder for the Mustangs. Now the 0-1 to Caden. Breaking ball. Missing high and outside. Evens things up at 1-1. Tomzik getting ready again. 1-1. And therefore a strike, 1-2. Tomzik has not lost a game yet this year. 10 appearances, 6-0 record, 1.82 ERA.
Tough section, too, he was playing in.
1-2 pitch on the way, and that one low and inside, almost clipping Early. Evens up the count at 2-2. Now the 2-2. Tomzik to Early. And Caden goes opposite field left. in foul territory, able to catch up with it. Brendan Welsh ends up as a foul ball. Count remains 2-2.
So Caden has life and an opportunity still at the plate with 2 outs. Make Tomczyk throw a few extra pitches here.
They have a pretty good staff, though, Gary. They have another lefty I think they'll go to. If Tomczyk exceeds the pitch counter, they have to make a move. 2-2 on the way. That one jammed early. Again, fouls it off. Going into the Mustang bleachers. Count remains 2-2. And again, both of these teams, actually whoever wins this game, will be able to have their full complement of pitchers available for Monday's first-round state playoff game as well.
Another long layoff.
2-2 on the way, a little high. I think it's good they're playing, though, today with a lot of weather in the forecast later on in the week.
You're right about that.
In fact, they've actually shifted up some PIAA softball start times for tomorrow, trying to beat the weather. 3-2 now to Caden Early. Breaking ball, and Early, did he get a piece of it? Yes, he did. Fouling it off.
Luke Price almost with the catch on the foul tip, but it did go off the top of his mitt right back towards us again.
3-2 again. Tomczyk to Early. 2-0 Laurel Highlands lead as we work here in the top of the 5th. Tomczyk likes working from that stretch position. 3-2 again to Early, and this one driven on the right side. Base hit for Caden Early. He's rounding first, looking for more. Throw coming in. Head first slide safely into second for Caden Early. Showing the hustle there, Gary. First extra base hit of the game for the Mustangs.
Never hesitated as he went around first base, and out there in right field, Jared Melagies came up with the play cleanly, but was not able to get that ball in quick enough for Caden Early's sliding head first double.
That's pure speed, and you wish you had Krisner still on the base paths. It might be 3-0.
You're right.
Now Ty Sankovic at the plate. With Early on second. 2 outs here in the inning. First pitch swinging, but popped up here by Ty. In the shallow center field, McClymon's calling everyone else off. The center fielder makes the catch to end the inning. So the Mustangs strand Early. Head to the bottom of the 5th, still 2-0 Laurel Highlands over Blackhawk here on the C.R. Piranha Group High School Sports Day broadcast presented by the Catholic War Veterans Post 1669 in Hopwood.
With the rest of the world, Peachin Pharmacy is following the developments of the COVID-19 pandemic. Your safety is a priority at Peachin Pharmacy. For prescriptions, you have many options. Peachin's offers free delivery, free mail, and curbside pickup. If you come into the store, Peachin's follows all of the CDC and state safety recommendations. As always, if you have concerns about your medications, call 724-626-9600 or visit Peachin Pharmacy inside the Peachin Market in Connellsville or online at peachinpharmacy.com.
Going on now, let's see our first Chevy. Our customers can drive away in a new 2021 Chevy Equinox for only $169 a month. Security deposit waived. Stop in for a test drive or visit cheharborchevy.com. Chevrolet, find new roads. Lease is through GMF for well-qualified individuals, 24 months at 10,000 miles yearly with $3,000 cash rate equity with lease loyalty or lease conquest. Security deposit waived. Payment is plus tax, title fees, and first payment. Residency restrictions apply. Plus supply last. Sale ends June 1st, 2021. Call dealer for all of the details at 724-929-8000.
The Catholic War Veterans Post 1669 in Hopwood has been proudly serving veterans in our area for over 71 years. The Catholic veterans are also committed to helping the youth in our community by holding the 10th annual Frank L. Musica Scholarship Golf Outing on September 18th at the Uniontown Country Club. Over the last 9 years, the golf outing has awarded 30 scholarships to area students. For information on this year's outing, phone 724-437-3088 or visit the Catholic War Veterans Post 1669 on Facebook.
It's Austin Thelman, Josh Reed, and Ryan McClymon's due up for the Blackhawk Cougars here in the bottom of the 5th. Laurel Highlands leading Blackhawk 2-0. Joe Chambers on the mound for the Mustangs. First pitch swinging and a single into center field here for Austin Thelman. Good start for the Cougars here, Gary, in the bottom of the 5th.
Big hop over Joe Chambers' head as the ball came off the turf, and no chance for Ty Sankovic on the shortstop side of second, so leadoff single.
Now Josh Reed, the Blackhawk first baseman, coming to the plate. .279 average, 9 RBIs for the junior Josh Reed. He flew out to Jace Hampion right last time up, showing bunt and fouls it off here. Count 0-1. Man, the story of this game on the Laurel Highlands side, they've had 4 guys either picked off or caught stealing in this game. Have just 2 hits, but lead 2-0.
And on the other side, Blackhawk with just 2 hits also, so give Joe Chambers a lot of credit. They've been putting the ball in play, too. Just 2 strikeouts for Joe now here through 5 1/3.
Cougars have stranded 4 so far in this game. 1 in the first, 1 in the second, and 2 in the fourth. And that pitch missed to even up the count at 1-1 from Chambers to Reed. And you have Fellman showing a lot of activity on first base for Blackhawk.
Got to believe he's
1-1, bunt laid down, going right back to Chambers. His only play to first, makes it to Kula, who is covering the bag for the first out of the inning. So sacrifice from Josh Reed.
That's got to be the strategy. It had to be the strategy for Blackhawk with the top of the lineup coming up, trailing 2-0. Good speed out there at second now in the form of Fellman.
Ryan, go ahead. Ryan McClymon's coming to the plate. He's had a couple of flyouts to Carson D'Amico in left his first 2 times up. And Carson will have to be alert here again as Chambers steps off the mound.
Sankovic giving him a big hole at shortstop, which is not, in my mind, the right thing to do. I think I would have the second baseman trying to hold the runner on in this situation, as clearly McClymons has shown his propensity to hit it to the third base side.
Yes, it was showing bunt, pulled back, pitch missed inside for ball 1. Chambers glanced back at second. Now the 1-0 to McClymons. Missed a little low, and the count now 2-0. A big spot in this game with the Cougars down 2-0. That pitch in for a strike. Everything reconnected with our radio audience. Nick Barczyk tells me he lost the radio feed, so the folks on the video side just hang with us. We get reconnected here for our radio feed. There's a bunt laid down on the left side. Coming over there, Chambers, no play, and everybody's safe.
Perfect bunt there by McClymons. I might have let that go if I was Joe Chambers. It had a chance possibly to go foul, but he was indecisive and had to make a play, so he did grab it, but nowhere to go with it after he had it down the third base line. So now first and third with 1 out, and that brings up the shortstop Ryan Jones. Grounded to short and flew out to center. His 2 opportunities so far in this game, with Blackhawk now threatening with 1 out here in the bottom half of the 5th.
Chambers out of the stretch. First pitch to Jones. Breaking ball misses low and outside.
You might see running here by Blackhawk. Good speed on at first and third. Mustangs should have a play on if there's a runner going.
1-0 pitch, and therefore a strike. Evens up the count at 1-1.
But Sankovic is playing deep, as well as Frankie Kula over at second base, so no one's going to be cutting in front of second base to make a throw to home if there's a runner going. But no lead over there for McClymons at first.
And it's 1 out here in the inning. 1-1 pitch on the way, and this one popped up and in foul territory. No play on it there for the Mustangs. Count at 1-2.
So Joe looking for double play ball. Ideally in this situation, but a strikeout would be pretty good too.
Now the 1-2 pitch on the way. Breaking ball. That one almost hit Ryan Jones. Count now leaving it 2-2.
Looked like he thought it did hit him, but no argument.
Big spot here for both of these teams. 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball. Look out. That one a rip foul on the left side.
One of the next teams down there behind the fence almost caused a problem.
Yeah, just one out here in the inning, but runners on the corners for the Cougars. Laurel Highlands leads 2-0. Bottom of the 5th inning. 2-2 pitch swing and a miss. Hopped away, though, from McLean. Needs to, well, he's going to be out anyways. Just gave himself up there with a runner going, Gary.
And then runner on first
base. On first base. He's automatically out.
Big strikeout, but now the tying run on at second base, and Luke Price coming to the plate. Walked in the first and struck out looking in the 4th. You're not going to believe that happens too often with Luke Price.
Especially with a .586 average coming into this game. Chambers' first pitch to Price. Breaking ball in there for a strike, 0-1.
Huge spot here for both squads, as you said.
0-1 pitch off the plate. Nice block there from McLean.
Absolutely. That ball goes back to the screen. That scores a run.
Count 1-1. Chambers pitch, another breaking ball in there for a strike. Takes the count to 1-2. And if you folks just rejoining us on the radio side, inning started with an Austin Thelman single. Josh Reed sacrifice, bunt single from Ryan McClymans. Ryan Jones struck out. Now Luke Price at the plate. Runners on second and third. 1-2 pitch now to Luke Price from Joe Chambers. Breaking ball again, just sent foul.
Just a piece there by Price. Good pitch by Joe. Keeps the count at 1-2. Said he died of breaking pitches to Luke Price.
Here we go again, 1-2. And a 1-2 pitch. Whoa. Fastball. Did he get the call? He didn't get the call. Wow.
He was headed to the dugout, did not get the call. Wow. That's been a strike all game.
Not sure why it wasn't a strike there. Now 2-2. And first base is open. 2-2 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, but it hopped away from the catcher McLean. And now he's going to throw back down to third. Tag made, but what's the call here?
He called him safe.
Safe at third. Going back to the bag was Thelman, and now the base is loaded.
A strikeout that got in the webbing of Alex McLean. He didn't realize he had it. Could have made the play at first, but after he figured he had it, no chance for a throw to first. And coming down the line there with an opportunity to be thrown out was Thelman, and he was lucky to get back into third base safely. But now we have bases loaded.
They said McKnight dropped the ball over a third. Wow. That's why it was called safe. And now Anthony Melagies, this is the meat of Blackhawks' order. Melagies, .426 average, 5 homers, 21 RBIs. Takes ball 1.
Especially after Joe thought he had the strikeout fastball on the previous pitch. Now we strike out, call that a wild pitch that allows the bases to be loaded. We have a courtesy runner on at first base. That's Sam Haddad.
1-0 now to Melagies. Fastball in there for a strike. We're even at 1-1.
So Melagies fly out to center and ground ball to third. It's a great play that McKnight made back in the 4th.
Chambers from the stretch. 1-1. Hard ground ball to first and 8 up Koffler. This will score at least 1. Rounding third on his way to score with the throw at the plate. McClymonds rolled safe, and we're tied at 2. Wow. Could have been the third out of the inning, but the ground ball 8 up Koffler at first, and we're tied at 2.
Tried to block it, but it just came up and hit him in the chest. And once that happened, the ball ricocheted into foul territory far enough for the runner from second to score. So that ties it up at 2, and we still have runners at first and third with 2 outs.
Now Jarrett Melagies coming to the plate.
Number 10, Jarrett Melagies.
So the error on first baseman Koffler allows 2 runs to come in after Joe Chambers thought he had Luke Price struck out and did, in fact, strike him out, but allowed the runner to go to first on the wild pitch.
Could have been out of this inning 3 times already. And this ball fouled off by Jarrett Melagies. Is the 7th Cougar to bat here in this half inning.
Strange happenings here at high school baseball. I would send the runner if I'm Blackhawk right here.
Yeah, why not? And runner's going, and that pitch inside, but then getting back to the bag.
Wow, why did he stop?
I don't know. It was Anthony Meliges.
He had that stolen easily, and I'm sure Alex McLean was not going to make a throw. That ball was behind Jared Meliges at the plate now with a 1-1 count.
Chambers 1-1 here to Jared Meliges. He'll lob it back to first. Wow. That was a one-hopper.
Koffler was good to block that with the runner on third.
And again, as you said, Gary, you had the called strike 3, the strikeout that wasn't caught, close play at third. I mean, so many opportunities for the Mustangs to get out of this inning. 1-1 pitch, that's in there for a strike, now 1-2.
A lot of pitches this inning for Chambers, too.
Yes. 26 here in the inning. That adds him up to 86 now for the game. Runner going here again. 1-2 pitch, breaking balls. That's strike 3.
He doesn't get the call again.
Come on. As our studio producer, Nick Barczyk, would say, come on, Blue. Count out 2-2. Never been to a baseball game with Nick. It's an experience.
Oh, yeah.
2-2 on the way. Check swing.
Did
he go? He went around. Come on. Yes, he did. That's strike 3, but Blackhawk gets 2 back. We're through 5. Tied at 2. Blackhawk and Laurel Highlands here on the CR Product Group High School Sports Day.
WMBS, how can I help you?
Just us reconnecting.
Okay.
Count out 2-2. Ever been to a baseball game with Nick? It's an experience.
Oh, yeah.
2-2 on the way. Check swing. Did he go? He went around. Come on. Yes, he did. That's strike 3, but Blackhawk gets 2 back. We're through 5. Tied at 2. Blackhawk and Laurel Highlands here on the CR Product Group High School Sports Day.
Are you looking for a rewarding career? M&R Transit is now hiring van drivers. Van drivers must be 26 years of age, have a valid driver license, and a clean driving record. Van drivers must be able to obtain all clearances. For more information, call 724-439-3164. That's 724-439-3164, or apply in person at M&R Transit, 253 South Mount Vernon Avenue. M&R Transit wishes the Laurel Highlands Mustangs good luck.
Back again, crazy happenings here at Washington Jefferson College with 2 runs scored there after what appeared to be a strikeout. Wild pitch on the next play went in the dirt and allowed 2 runs to score on the throw to third was not in time to get that out. But prior to that, we had a single by Thelman, sacrifice by Reed, single by McClymans, and allowed 2 runs to come in, so Blackhawk now with a tie score at 2-2 with Alex Tomczyk still on the mound here in the top of the 6th inning. He's at 92 pitches, so Mustangs have the opportunity to have him pitch himself out of this game in this inning. So McLean, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was going to mention 92 for Tomczyk. What do we have Chambers again for, Gary? 88. So both guys getting up there.
So McLean will step in, grounded to third, and walked and scored in the 4th. Tomczyk from the stretch. There's a hard shot to third, and grabbing that easily and over to first to make the first pitch out. Meliges to Reed. You don't get any bad hops on this field, that's for sure. So that was a screamer, but right into the glove of Anthony Meliges makes the accurate throw.
You don't get bad hops, get hard hops, though.
Yeah. But that one was right at him.
Now Koffler trying to redeem himself here, Gary, at the plate. After that 2-run error he committed last half inning.
It's a hard shot, but he should have knocked it down, no doubt. That ball's low and inside for ball 1 to Zach Koffler. Walked in the first, was caught stealing. And in the 4th, grounded to third. Fielder's choice, but it was a nice bunt that kept things going for the Mustangs with 2 strikes. Fastball in there for strike 1. 1-1 now. Mustangs need to try to regain some momentum here as Blackhawk has taken back the excitement in this game after that bottom of the 5th. Tantalizing curveball, swing and a miss by Koffler.
A lot of movement on that pitch.
Just comes in there, not much speed on it. The Mustangs just cannot time that pitch up. Here's a pitch, high and outside, 2-2 now. So Koffler with 1 out here in the top half of the 6th. We're all tied at 2.
Might see Nick Kumar batting here, Gary, this half inning. He's loosening up down there.
They can get some runners on. I don't see why not. Strike 3 called.
Wow.
There's the outside corner that Joe Chambers did not get. But Zach Koffler goes down looking for the 2nd out. And that's going to bring up Braden O'Brien, the designated hitter. But 2 quick outs for Tomzik.
Might be eyeing Kula's spot possibly for Kumar. Would be my guess.
D'Amico's on deck. Wouldn't think they'd hit for him. Tomzik now. Low and inside.
They call it a strike.
Wow. Almost hit his foot. That was a little gift for Tomzik.
Mustangs haven't got some of those calls here the last inning or so.
He'll take it. No balls. 1 strike. O'Brien shot into right center field. That's going to get down. It might go to the fence. O'Brien rounding first. He's going to try it for the double, and he's in. Easy stand-up double as he slides into second, though. And that's a nice double to right center field by Braden O'Brien with 2 outs. Brings D'Amico to the plate. Just the 3rd hit by the Mustangs, and that was a solid barrel shot into right center field that almost got to the fence.
Now D'Amico can get on. Watch for Kumar to hit for Kula.
Well, we'd like to see D'Amico with an RBI here.
I still think you'd see Kumar hit for Kula.
Here's a pitch. There's a fly ball to center field and going over, and making the catch to end the inning, Ryan McClyman. So the Mustangs threaten but do not score. First pitch hitting. They leave the runner in scoring position at second. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th. We're tied at 2 on the C. Harper Auto Group Sports Night here on WMBS.
UPMC Centers for Rehab Services on Wayland Smith Drive offers cutting-edge physical therapy. Jim Burns and his staff are residents of the community, treating sports injuries, neurological conditions, back pain, sprains and strains, joint replacements, hand injuries, and other conditions. They treat you efficiently and safely by taking all necessary precautions while disinfecting the clinic regularly. All insurance accepted. Experienced therapists. Convenient location and hours. Part of the community. Call the office with a prescription from your doctor or schedule by direct access 724-437-7500.
This is Dr. Fraser Stokes. Did you know that colorectal cancer is the 2nd leading cancer killer in America, or that it can be prevented by removing polyps during a 30-minute colonoscopy? At SWGI, our board-certified gastroenterologists, Drs. Ruth Hart, Calabrese, Hoppy, and I, encourage you to consider a screening colonoscopy. Call 724-437-7677 or visit swgispecialists.com.
With the rest of the world, Peachin Pharmacy is following the developments of the COVID-19 pandemic. Your safety is a priority at Peachin Pharmacy. For prescriptions, you have many options. Peachin's offers free delivery, free mail, and curbside pickup. If you come into the store, Peachin's follows all of the CDC and state safety recommendations. As always, if you have concerns about your medications, call 724-626-9600 or visit Peachin Pharmacy inside the Peachin Market in Connellsville or online at peachinpharmacy.com.
Welcome back to the bottom half of the 6th inning. Leading off for Blackhawk, the pitcher, number 15, Alex Tomzik. 1 for 2 with a fielder's choice back in the 2nd. Singled in the 4th. Was stranded. Joe Chambers with the fastball in there for strike 1. Chambers trying to keep things going here for the Mustangs. Curveball outside for ball one. 1-1. Tomczyk batting from the left side. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike two. Good fastball there by Joe on the inside part of the plate. Tied him up. Joe gets a signal. Now looking for the strikeout. There's
time granted again. Wow.
Time granted again. And not sure why they do that, but he's already in his windup when they call a timeout. And this wasted a pitch there. Here's the 1-2 now. There's a high fly ball to deep right field. Going back and getting under it, though, is Jace Hampy. Solid right fielder for the Mustangs. That was a major league fly ball to right field for the first out.
Now, Garrett Ubacher, 0 for 2 today.
Grounded to short and struck out, but was a required throw by McLean to first to complete that strikeout. One of the other occurrences, strangely, that happened last inning that allowed Blackhawk to score as he looks at strike one on the outside corner.
Cougars dugout trying to talk up Ubacher a little bit here. The base is empty. 0-1 count, 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th.
Strike two on the outside corner. So Joe going to some heat here against Garrett. Oh-2 pitch. About to come. Delay, and there's a ground ball to second. Up with it is Kula on to first. And got him. Barely
Close.
Got him. A little slow on the throw, but good enough for the out. So 4-3. Kula with his first opportunity up to the task at second base.
That was an odd rotation there for Joe Chambers at the on the mound as well there, Gary. Just kind of hesitated on that delivery, but got the job done. Ground ball out. Now Austin Thelman, who had that big single to center field to lead off the bottom of the 5th inning at the plate.
Tony would tell you that was Louis Tiant-like.
Yes, he would. I'm sure Tony's listening. The John family has our radio broadcast on here at the game, Gary. Mookie
Nice.
listening on the headphones. Saw him in between innings.
First pitch, big hop over to Sankovic. He has it. Strong throw to first, and the Mustangs are out of the inning, 1-2-3. So we'll go to the top of the 7th, still tied at 2. See Harper Auto Group Sports Afternoon. Catholic War Vets Post 1669 sponsor here this afternoon on WMBS.
Filing for bankruptcy is not something that anyone wants to do. Good people sometimes run into hard times, and they need help. Hi, I'm Dan White with the law offices of Zebley, Mahalev, and White, and I'm here to help. If you're faced with insurmountable debt and are out of options and you need help, give our office a call today. Allow us to help you understand your rights and options under the law. Filing bankruptcy is not the end of the road, and if you're struggling with debt, it very well could be a new beginning. So stop worrying and take action. Give our office a call today at 724-439-9200 or click on zeblaw.com for more information. Zebley, Mahalev, and White, local attorneys helping local people. Let us help you fix your life.
This is Gary Sisson from Sisson Pre-Owned. If you're looking for a great used car at a great price, give us a call at 724-438-2819 or visit us on the web at SissonPreowned.com. During these trying times, we are doing everything 100% online, from financing to virtual walkarounds and home delivery. Visit us on the web at SissonPreowned.com or give us a call, 724-438-2819.
Back here at Ross Memorial Park at Washington and Jefferson College, Frankie Kula is going to lead off this top of the 7th inning, but we do see Nick Kumar loosening up as well there, Gary. Might see him later on this inning, especially if the Mustangs get a base runner.
He has a batting helmet on and a bat in his hand with Joe Chambers on deck. We need runners.
Alex Tomczyk has thrown 101 pitches so far in this game, so he has 4 left. They'll lead off here facing Frankie Kula. Kula was hit by a pitch and caught stealing. First time up, flew out to Brendan Welsh in left field in his second at bat. First pitch here to Kula. First pitch swinging, pops it up. Tomzik calling it and making the grab for the first out of the inning. If you're Kula, do you take one there, Gary, just knowing the pitch count situation?
I think so. But that was a good pitch. It was a good pitch to hit. You just got under it a little bit. But situation batting is important, and that's going to bring up Joe Chambers. And we might not get to see Kumar.
He's not this half inning. You don't know how long this one's going to go.
I don't think you would pinch hit for McKnight.
And you have top of the order up, and guys there you're not going to pinch hit for. Chambers showing bunt.
He's taking, no doubt.
First pitch, low and inside for ball one. Got away from Luke Price.
So 2 pitches in the inning.
It's been 103. And Chambers can take 2 more here and force him out of the game. Showing bunt again. 1-0 pitch. That one in for a strike to even things up at 1-1. So Gary, he'll have to exit now after facing Chambers.
He gets to finish this at bat.
Correct. Tomzik's 1-1 now to Joe Chambers. Joe looking to swing away. Pitch though in there for a strike. Takes the count to 1-2. And with Braden McKnight due up next. And then the top of the order. 1-2 to Chambers, and this one a little chopper going right back to Tomzik. Throw over to first in time. Retire Chambers 1-3 for the second out of the inning. And I'll bring up Braden McKnight.
Well, 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. Can the Mustangs put together something with 2 outs?
We're going to see a new pitcher now for the Blackhawk Cougars. So Blackhawk, we're making a pitching change. We're back to tell you about the new Cougars pitcher right after this. Here on the C. Alvarado Group High School Sports Day on WMBS and on the Turbo Live High School Sports Network.
At what point did everything change? When did service get taken out of service industries? It's too bad, because people are busy these days. At life, at work, at play. When it comes to your hard-earned money, you want service. Real service. From a person you know and a face you trust. At a bank where changing with the times doesn't mean leaving people behind. We're proud to be a part of your community. We're United Bank, at your service.
Did you know that you have a choice for your physical therapy provider? NovaCare Rehabilitation offers same-day appointments, and oftentimes you don't need a prescription from your doctor to see us. We will make sure that you are treated as an individual and will work directly one-on-one with you to help achieve your goals. You have tried the rest. Now try the best. NovaCare, Delaware Avenue in Uniontown. Phone 724-437-0556 to schedule your appointment today.
I'm attorney Bill Martin of Radcliffe Law, and I've handled all sorts of workplace accident cases over the past 10 years. When you're hurt at work, your employer's main goal is to get you back to work. But you may not be physically ready to return. If you find yourself in a similar situation, call our workers' compensation team at Radcliffe Law at 724-439-3939. We'll meet with you and answer your questions at no cost. Radcliffe Law, making the law personal.
Talon Mahalnik, the new pitcher for the Blackhawk Cougars, only his 3rd appearance of the season, Gary. Has not factored in any decisions, has worked just an inning and a third, struck out 2, has not given up a hit or a run so far. And the first pitch here catches the strike zone to Braden McKnight, 0-1. Again, we have 2 outs, top of the 7th, game tied at 2. Laurel, Highlands, and Blackhawk with a trip to the PIAA state playoffs on the line.
Looked like some pretty good heat.
That one got away from him.
All the way to the backstop. No chance that time for Price to even get a mid on it.
I'll take the count to 1-1. So again, Mahalnik has been used only sparingly so far this season. 1-1 pitch on the way. Comes back with a fastball. Misses low. Takes the count to 2-1.
Looks like he's straight heat.
Yes. Or you sometimes see from a late inning reliever. 2-1, another fastball outside, 3-1. Now to Braden McKnight at the top of the order, and Caden Early due up next. Remember, Early had the Mustangs' first extra base hit of the game, a double to right field back in the 5th inning. 3-1 now to McKnight. Fastball catches the outside corner for a strike, takes us full to 3-2.
That was a pretty good pitch. It was on the outside part of the plate, so Not a bad one to take either.
Now the 3-2. Mahalnik to McKnight. He'll wind and fire. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Pitch was a little inside. Might have been ball 4, but nonetheless, it's a 1-2-3 inning. And Blackhawk will come to the plate here in the bottom of the 7th with an opportunity to win it. With this game tied at 2, Blackhawk and Laurel Highlands here on the CR Parada Group High School Sports Day.
Does your car sound like it's saying, "Trade me in, trade me in," every time you start it up? Well, go to Ford of Uniontown and trade it in. That's right, your Uniontown Ford dealer is ready to assist you with a new or pre-owned car, truck, or SUV purchase. Ford of Uniontown has all the deals, all the inventory, and they are ready to deal. It has never been a better time to buy a Ford. Service is their top priority. No matter where you purchase your Ford car or truck, Ford of Uniontown will be happy to service it for you. They offer Ford-trained technicians, Ford-certified parts and service, 1-year, 12,000-mile parts warranties, and new state-of-the-art service equipment. Call or stop in today to see the hometown service of Ford of Uniontown, Route 40 West across from Applebee's. So listen to your car the next time you hear it say, "Trade me in, trade me in." Ford of Uniontown, Route 40 at the top of the hill.
The Catholic War Veterans Post 1669 in Hopwood has been proudly serving veterans in our area for over 71 years. The Catholic veterans are also committed to helping the youth in our community by holding the 10th annual Frank L. Musica Scholarship Golf Outing on September 18th at the Uniontown Country Club. Over the last 9 years, the golf outing has awarded 30 scholarships to area students. For information on this year's outing, phone 724-437-3088 or visit the Catholic War Veterans Post 1669 on Facebook.
So Blackhawk now, Gary, here in the bottom of the 7th inning, an opportunity to win the game. They have Josh Reed, Ryan McClymans, and Ryan Jones due up. Joe Chambers has thrown unofficially 96 pitches so far in this game. Again, he can go to 105. First pitch here to Reed. Showing bunt, pulls back, pitching there for a strike, 0-1. You might see the Cougars taking a few here, Gary, in the bottom of the 7th.
And Josh Reed with that sacrifice in that strange 5th inning that kind of moved things around.
0-1 to Reed. Missed a little high. Evens things up at 1-1. And you might see the Mustangs be forced to make a pitching change here in the bottom of the 7th. 1-1.
Didn't see anybody warming. Must be someone coming from the field.
And you told it might be Sankovic, Tony.
Wow.
Or Gary, excuse me.
I'm easy to miss for him.
2-1 on the way. Yes, you are. Inside 3-1.
They not want to give him a free one here.
No.
Joe's been so strong the entire game.
Hasn't issued a walk, I don't think, since the first inning. Did hit Jared Melagies back in the 4th. 3-1 pitch here is ball 4. Wow. So going to put the game-winning run on base. And Josh Reed with nobody out here in the bottom of the 7th.
And to have somebody come in this situation in relief is not going to be ideal either.
Less than ideal, to say the least. Now Ryan McClymon's at the plate. Had a bunt single last time up.
Guaranteed he's bunting here.
Showing bunt, Chambers pitch, laid down the third base line. Played there by McKnight. Throw over to first. It gets away from Kula, who was covering the bag, and now you have the game-winning run down at third with nobody out.
Well, the throw was in low from McKnight, so you can't really fault Kula on that one. He tried to block it, but unable to keep it in front of him, and now you have second and third, nobody out. That's going to be an E5 on that play. Had an opportunity to make the play, and just did not get it done.
Infield in, Ryan Jones at the plate, opportunity to win the game and send the Blackhawk Cougars to the PIAA state playoffs. Joe Chambers still on the mound. First pitch here, a breaking ball in for a strike to Ryan Jones. And Jones will likely be the last batter Chambers will face one way or another.
You're right about that, and got to get this first out and then possibly walk someone for a double play opportunity.
0-1 pitch on the way, swing and a miss, and just like that, 0-2. Chambers still bringing it. Over 100 pitches in this game. I believe he's at the limit.
So he will have to finish this batter, and that'll be it.
Now the 0-2 here to Ryan Jones. Breaking ball. Jones sends it foul on the left side.
Strange game.
Yes, it has
no doubt
been.
about it. Mustangs had strikeout to end that fifth inning that would have resulted in no runs. Ends up getting 2 runs in on a wild pitch.
Now the 0-2 to Ryan Jones with runners on second and third. Josh Reed, the game-winning run at third. Breaking ball here in for strike 3.
Huge.
So Chambers' last pitch of the game in there for a strike to strike out Ryan Jones for the second time in this game. And now Chambers is going to be forced out, hitting the pitch limit. He wants to stay in, and he should be at 105.
I believe he is.
And that's going to be it for Joe Chambers. It looks like Ty Sankovic will be in to try to get the Mustangs to the 8th. We're back in a moment to tell you about the new Laurel Highlands pitcher here on WMBS and the Triple Live High School Sports Network.
Going on now, let's see our first Chevy. Our customers can drive away in a new 2021 Chevy Equinox for only $169 a month. Security deposit waived. Stop in for a test drive or visit cheharborchevy.com. Chevrolet, find new roads. Lease is through GMF for well-qualified individuals, 24 months at 10,000 miles yearly with $3,000 cash rate equity with lease loyalty or lease conquest. Security deposit waived. Payment is for tax, title fees, and first payment. Residency restrictions apply. While supplies last. Sale ends June 1st, 2021. Call dealer for all of the details at 724-929-8000.
The Catholic War Veterans Post 1669 in Hopwood has been proudly serving veterans in our area for over 71 years. The Catholic veterans are also committed to helping the youth in our community by holding the 10th annual Frank L. Musica Scholarship Golf Outing on September 18th at the Uniontown Country Club. Over the last 9 years, the golf outing has awarded 30 scholarships to area students. For information on this year's outing, phone 724-437-3088 or visit the Catholic War Veterans Post 1669 on Facebook.
Bad hair day? Bad day at the office? Bad day behind the wheel? Hey, stuff happens, even to the best of us. At least your car insurance rate doesn't have to take a hit. Get Erie Rate Lock from Erie Insurance. Gives you a great rate that stays put until you change a car, driver, or your address. Plus, seriously good service. Now that's something to smile about.
Your Erie agent in Uniontown and Ross Traver Township is Sprowls Insurance Group, 724-437-9812, or go to sprowlsinsurance.com.
Erie Rate Lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage and is not available in all states.
Just the third appearance of the season on the mound for Ty Sankovic, the sophomore.
What a situation to come in. They're going to intentionally walk Luke Price. I'm not sure I like that at all. Got a sophomore pitcher coming in, as you said. Very few appearances now. A walk will lose the game. But a double play.
Correct. Now in play, and of course the force out at home also in play.
Right, and the Mustangs still have the infield in, so they're not playing for the conventional double play.
No. You have Anthony Melogis now at the plate. Did get on via an error last time up. Flew out once to flew out once to Caden Early in center and also grounded out 5-3.
So you bring in Ty Sankovic now with bases loaded and 1 out. Game on the line.
Here we go. First pitch on the way, and this one nubbed foul on the right side by Anthony Melogis. What are the other defensive changes here, Gary? We have Joe Chambers playing second now.
And they moved Cola to short.
Okay. Count 0-1 now to Anthony Melogis, and you have his brother on the on-deck circle. Sankovic is 0-1, low and outside. Great block there from Alex McLean.
Could have had the third baseman covering home on that one.
Yes.
He's coming. He's in so far.
A big spot here for the sophomore pitcher, Sankovic. 1-1 now to Anthony Melogis. And that one, did it hit him? Or did it hit his bat?
Foul ball.
Foul ball off of his bat. Wow.
I think it might have hit his hand, but it is a foul ball or it hit the knob of the bat. That's a break for Sankovic.
Wow. Tell me about it. That could have been a walk-off hit by pitch to end the game.
Yeah, but it did hit his hand, no doubt. He's struggling now on the outside part of his hand. And give him credit. He's going to step back in and try to do something now with 1 ball and 2 strikes. But good aim there by Sankovic. Hit the bat.
Count 1-2. Mustang fans
on the edge of their seats
for sure.
Season in the balance.
1-2 here to Anthony Melagies from Ty Sankovic, and that one
hit
him in the head.
He's done. That's the game.
That's the game. So Sankovic beans Melagies to end the game. Walk-off hit by pitch, and Blackhawk heads to the state playoffs with a 3-2 win here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Hard-fought game on both sides. What was a wild one, Gary.
And that inning just epitomized the game. They score without a hit.
Correct. You had the Reed walk. McClymon's getting on via an error. Jones striking out. Price Price intentionally walked, and then Melagies hit by a pitch. And that'll do it at 3-2. Blackhawk heads to the state playoffs. Again, they'll take on either Harbor Creek or Erie Cathedral Prep on Monday inside of District 10. We're back to tell you all about it right after this. Blackhawk 3, Laurel Highlands 2 here on WMBS and on the Tribune Live High School Sports Network.
Cancer patients in Fayette and Greene County no longer have to travel to find the care they need thanks to a new partnership between the WVU Cancer Institute and WVU Medicine Uniontown Hospital. The new cancer center will open June 1st on the second floor of the Annex building on the hospital's campus and will take a multidisciplinary approach to medical oncology care, including chemotherapy and other infusion services, a pharmacy, and lab. Patients will have access to nurse navigation, a telephone triage system for symptom management and prescription refills, cancer registry services, tumor boards, and telemedicine appointments. The clinic will include 8 exam rooms, 1 procedure room, 1 consult room, 1 provider workroom, and 1 station for obtaining patient vitals. The infusion area will include 8 private infusion bays with heated massage chairs, 2 additional swing flex rooms, and 1 station for obtaining patient vitals. Patients wishing to schedule medical oncology and infusion appointments at Uniontown Hospital can call 724-912-7520. For more information on the WVU Cancer Institute, visit wvumedicine.org/cancer. WVU Medicine Uniontown Hospital. The new us, here for you.
Dinner's great. It's one of your top 3 favorite meals. You just don't want to have to make it. Well, with Jimmy John's, you don't have to. Whether you live in a sandwich delivery zone or head into the store, you can always get a freaky fresh sandwich. Click to order at jimmyjohns.com.
Freaky fast, freaky good. Order online at jimmyjohns.com or call 724-437-6800 for delivery or curbside pickup. Jimmy John's, next to Walnut Hill. Shop and save.
Back here at Ross Memorial Park at Washington and Jefferson College, a 3-2 win for the Blackhawk Cougars over the Laurel Highlands Mustangs. Blackhawk 3 runs on 5 hits and 2 errors. Mustangs 2 runs on 3 hits. They committed 2 errors, and a walk-off hit by a pitch ends up deciding this game in the bottom of the 7th inning for Blackhawk that did not include 1 hit.
That's exactly right, and a very, very tough situation to bring Ty Sankovic in. He gave it his all and had him leaning in on those pitches, and that last pitch actually caught the brim of the helmet, did not hit the middle of the helmet, so he was leaning in and it caught the brim of the helmet for the force run in after the intentional walk loaded the bases, and I was kind of afraid of that it could be a walk or something like that could end the game, and that's exactly what happened. So Blackhawk finishes with 3 runs, just 4 hits. They committed 1 error, and not counting the 3 that were still on base when the game ended, they left 6 men on base. So another outstanding outing by Joe Chambers in a losing situation, and but for a little bit of a bad break back in the 5th inning when he appeared to have the strikeout to end the inning that would have stranded all of the runners for Blackhawk. He did not get the call, ended up with the strikeout in any event, but the ball got away from Alex McLean and allowed the runner Price to get to first, and after that it was the hard shot by Anthony Melagies to first base that could not be handled by Zach Koffler that ended up being the big hit for Bethel Park. I keep saying that. Blackhawk to get the tying runs in that inning. So they come around to score the winning run in the 7th. The Mustangs finish with 2 runs on 3 hits. They committed 3 errors, and they left 4 men on base, but that does not count the 4 runners that were erased either by caught stealing or pickoffs.
Well, Gary, we started the high school sports season in September during this COVID era. Really didn't know what to expect, but really had a lot of fun from football to basketball, now here to baseball as well. Local teams really performed well again this year, and considering all of the other factors we had to deal with, I think it's been remarkable we've been able to have the full season that we had starting in September, even though that little delay we had over the Christmas holiday to bring you the amount of games that we've been able to bring you this year.
Absolutely, and a lot of silver lining from COVID brought about the live streaming.
Yes, it did.
And now we can have these live streaming events for all of the sports activities that we put on WMBS and the South Union Township Sports Network to allow people that can't come to the games and relatives all over the country to watch their children play, or their adults in most cases, play high school sports.
And again, we'll continue that next year as well. First high school football game the last Friday of August, Laurel, Highlands, and Connellsville. And it's going to be here, Gary. It's already June 1st. It's going to be here before you know it.
Absolutely. It's flying by.
Enjoyed it as always, Gary. A lot of fun working with you. Of course, I have to thank our studio producer back inside our WVU Medicine Uniontown Hospital studios, Nick Barczyk, for all of his hard work as well this year, along with Bill Madden. They've been back at the studio. Our camera folks that have brought you all the live video, Jerry Dupay, throughout the course of the spring. Billy Deitz and Kylie Soberdash also did a great job throughout the course of the high school sports season. Of course, you, Gary, Tony Hanola, Steve Super, Zach Harley, everyone else that contributed to all of our broadcasts all year. We couldn't have made it possible without our great team here at WMBS, and also the folks at the South Union Township Sports Network, and Don Rebel and his crew as well at the Trib Live High School Sports Network. Chris Lackner also does a great job, has been instrumental helping us out with all of our live video through the Trib Live High School Sports Network, and also Dan Skirpin as well from JVC that really got us up and running with all of our video this year as well.
Not to mention all of the fine sponsors that allow us to do this, and can't thank them enough for providing the funding to allow WMBS and the South Union Township Sports Network to not only bring you tape delay, but now live streaming sports.
Of course, our presenting sponsor, the Sea Harbor Auto Group, and thanks to the Catholic War Vets, Post 1669 in Hopwood, for coming on board today, and all of our video sponsors that hopped on board for the full season as well, allowing us to not only bring you the audio of the games, but the video of the games into your living rooms, and basically able to carry that video wherever you go. It's been a fun season, unfortunately wrapping up here today with Blackhawk defeating Laurel Highlands 3-2. For Gary Frankhauser, Jerry Dupay, and Nick Barczyk, I also have to thank Larry Kumar for helping us out tonight and throughout the course of the season. This is Brian Morozek saying have yourselves a pleasant good evening. Again, your final score, Blackhawk 3 and Laurel Highlands 2. So long, everybody, from Ross Memorial Park here at Washington and Jefferson.
You've been listening to the Sea Harbor Auto Group High School Sports Day, coverage of high school baseball here on WMBS and the Trib Live High School Sports